all the shows here on 96.5 The Fan across all our social media channels. That's right. If you want to see our smiling faces as we talk about the best sports fans and teams in the country, subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Wake up with us, eat lunch with us, and go home with us. Your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5
The Fan. Your new home for Chiefs football. KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
This week is zooming by. 8 days away until the first Chiefs game. A week from tonight, the NFL will start. Will Micah Parsons start for the Dallas Cowboys on defense?
Well, the countdown is on with a week to go, right before the first game. It's not like you got Sunday, you get all through the weekend or anything like that. Like, it is go time for those Dallas Cowboys and Michael Parsons, right? It's time to get him signed up and ready to go, and he's the last bastion of free agents that is out there in the NFL right now. So everybody else has got their deal done. We'll see if Michael Parsons, as Jerry Jones likes to call him, gets his deal done anytime soon with the Dallas Cowboys. But now he's got this back injury, right? You know?
Is there anything more disrespectful than calling somebody by the wrong name when you know for a fact you're doing it?
Yeah, no, it is very disrespectful. I go all the way back to Roy Williams on this one, and I knew it was very evident that Roy Williams was not happy with Al Bowl, the athletic director at KU, and that's why he went and decided to leave and go to North Carolina, because he didn't get along with the athletic director, and he never referred to him by his name. He's always called him the athletic director, the man in the athletic director's office. And, you know, when he started doing that, I'm like, oh, Roy's gone. He don't like this guy. Like, you can kind of read between the tea leaves on that. But, no, like, I think it's very disrespectful for Jerry Jones to be doing that to one of the guys that he's trying to get signed under contract, and for somebody that he wants to be part of his organization. Like, if you really want Micah Parsons to be part of your team, why are you out there calling him the wrong name on purpose in front of anybody? Because I don't know if that's going to move the needle or not to get him more motivated to get a contract signed. I sure as hell wouldn't be.
Be interesting to see. I hope he wins. That's all I'm hoping for, is that I hope he wins and gets away from
I feel like if 96.5 was trying to get you back, Bob, or whatever, your contract was up, and Spec was like, I don't know, Billy, we'll see what happens. It's just like, what the hell? I'm choosing someplace different.
Yeah, exactly.
Screw this.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what it is. And you know, but Jerry Jones, he ultimately does sign these guys, but you know, a lot of them, you know, maybe acquiesce a little bit. I just don't see Parsons acquiescing at all on this side of things. And so it's going to be a real interesting one to see. You know, we got a week to go before the start of the season, so I'm going to bet that he's there. I just feel like it, like just reading the past and seeing the way things happen with that organization, they always get things done. You know, they big song and dance, and Jerry's admitted, hey, I'm going to put on a show because nothing else is going on. And now that stuff is going on, the show needs to have a curtain call, and they need to get this guy signed, and they need to start this thing moving in the right direction.
There's also another big thing to happen tonight. We have college football, right? Mizzou plays Central Arkansas, and then Big Red, baby.
Oh, yeah. Rayola. Big night in college football.
Big Red, baby. Nebraska University, where the girls are fair and the boys are square. That's in the words. Check it if you don't believe me. It's in the song.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it is. Those songs, you look at the fight songs from back in the 1930s and 40s when they originally wrote these things, and they really don't make a lot of sense for today.
We're going to write this song here for Nebraska Cornhuskers. You know, in Nebraska, the girls are fair and the boys, they're pretty square here, see?
Well, the I'm a Jayhawk song has words in it for all the Big 8 schools. None of them exist anymore. Like, they got to change all the lyrics, you know, to that song because it was created out of Missouri and, you know, all these other schools, Oklahoma, and, you know, all the original Big 8 schools were involved in the league, and now they're long gone from the Big 12, Nebraska and whatnot. But this apparently is a huge game tonight from a ticket standpoint. Sold out Arrowhead Stadium. There is a tailgate party at Kauffman Stadium on the Concourse and Crown Club featuring over 2,000 people that are going to be going to this thing.
Damn, baby.
I mean, this is
Are
obviously...
Are going to put the game on the Jumbotron so you can stay in the stadium? You got to get out?
I think they probably have to. I think they probably kick you out. Yeah, they probably kick you out. Maybe, I don't know. But
get out of Crown Club.
I heard tailgate party. I just assumed before the game, but apparently the the lot is full of tailgate trailers. Like, this is going to be, this is what happens when you get Nebraska. This is why you invite Nebraska fans to anything that you're doing from a sporting event standpoint, because any chance to get out of Nebraska, they're taking advantage of, and they do a great job of traveling, man. They really do. Like, you host a volleyball game with Nebraska, you got 20,000 fans there. They filled their football stadium for a volleyball game. They're unbelievable sports fans, and so it's going to be a huge, huge, huge attended game tonight in Kansas City to see this thing kick off. I'd love this to become kind of a regular kind of kickoff to the college football season in Kansas City. They used to do the kickoff classic at the Meadowlands years ago. It was always the first game of the year. Let's make this a regular one, but give us a good program, traveling program anyway, like Nebraska is, right? You got to have these brand name programs. You don't roll in with, some ancillary school that nobody cares about. You bring a Nebraska to Arrowhead Stadium. You bring, a big fan-based school. Like, I would even go after an Alabama and Auburn, SEC-type schools, and make it really, really big.
Notre Dame.
Whoever. Notre Dame's willing to take a check.
They don't
care, right?
Yeah.
Like, you scratch these checks. Like, this could be the start of something really cool here in Kansas City, where this thing just continues to grow and becomes even a bigger game, at the start of the college football season. So it's gonna be wild out there at Arrowhead tonight.
And from the videos I saw yesterday, the Cincinnati end zone looks great. Nebraska end zone, I'm not sure what they were doing there, unless it's just not finished yet. But it looks like there's Chiefs still under it, and then Nebraska goes through it, and it looks like somebody doesn't want you to see the price on the price tag of the clothing item you bought.
Really?
There was video yesterday that I was like, oh man. It was like, well, Cincinnati's side nailed it.
Oh no! I gotta look at
googly
that.
moogly.
Yeah.
But no, it's a game night, 7:00. Well, that's got to be on ESPN, right? Am I just guessing?
It's somewhere.
I mean, I would assume ESPN's probably who's got it, but it's 7 p.m. tonight. Are you gonna partake, or you gonna?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch some of that game. Yeah, no question. Yeah.
Have the second half on in the sheets while you go to bed.
Probably.
And watch the first half in the living room.
Yeah. It's a late night in baseball. Like, nobody that we care about is really playing today.
Right.
I mean, I think the Yankees are the only team that are in action, that are in the playoff race, and they're taking on the White Sox, who got their ass kicked yesterday. Real quick on that, have you guys looked at Salvi's numbers recently and where we are with him and what could potentially be happening with Salvador Perez?
What is he? He's
4 homers and 7 RBIs shy.
Yeah, passes what? Amos Otis? Is that who you would pass?
Well, I'm just talking about 300 and 1,000. I mean, he's 4 homers from 300. He's 7 RBIs from 1,000, guys. Woo! This may happen simultaneously. Like, his 300th homer may end up being his 1,000th RBI. Like, cool. that could be really spectacular, right? So, I mean, we've got ourselves a stat watch going on, like a Hall of Fame watch going on with Salvador Perez for the last 25 games of this season, as well as a playoff push going on. And I was listening to the Chicago guys last night, and they're talking about Hall of Fame case for Salvador Perez. And Steve Stone's like, yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he absolutely is. I mean, he's an MVP in the World Series. He won a championship. Like, they really stressed winning that championship and how big that was for Salvi. But 4 more home runs and 7 RBIs puts him in elite categories. And Salvador Perez, once he gets 4 homers and 7 RBIs and finishes off this season, the Royals get the play. He's a lock for the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. So that's a cool thing, man. I just saw it last night. I'm like, Salvi's getting real close. How close is he? 4 homers and 7 RBIs shy of 2 of the most important milestones in Major League Baseball, man. That's cool.
It's awesome. It's a good storyline and narrative to follow for the rest of the year. I mean, along with the playoffs and trying to make it, but that's something fun.
Playoffs? You think this is a playoff team?
Yeah.
They're not a playoff team, Mac.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is that the text line or Alex Gold?
I don't know. The text line, I got locked out of the text line.
I was going to ask you about
Is
that.
yours the same way? It goes to the Odyssey.
No text line today.
Yeah, they blocked us. We got blocked by the text line.
Good.
Bob's loving it.
Fantastic.
I've already texted the boss about how do we get.
I'm sure he's going to race in here to get that fixed.
He says he wakes up and turns our live stream on, so you can do that as well. However you watch stuff, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, we're available.
Yeah.
To watch.
And
we're
beautiful.
Well,
we're the best looking show on the station, guys. It's not even questionable.
Low bar.
Well, okay. I didn't say that, but you did.
Well, but no, it's funny that you mentioned the tailgate in the Crown Club, because that'd be kind of sick to go over to like Kauffman Stadium,
that would be awesome.
Pinky out of Surfside that has like the security blanket on top that you can close and open. I'm still trying to find those in gas stations.
Oh, they don't have those around. Those are the best. Those are the best, man.
Yes,
they give you the lesson on how to open them when you get to the game. Here's how you're going to do it. Yeah, I've had 1,000 of these.
Yeah, you have, but some people get there and they turn into like Ricky Bobby with their hands. They're just like, how do I open this?
Yeah.
But we'll start tailgate questions. We'll do this every hour.
Do you have a song that when you get with like a tailgate group, like when you guys go to Ralph's bus and go to the game, do you guys does everybody like pass the aux cord around?
Well, here's what we do. Ralph is not a DJ, and I've adopted that as well. So we have created playlists that we use for tailgating, right? And we just play the playlist. And people start asking to play this, you're gone. You're kicked out of the tailgate. That's just the way it is. I mean, don't start asking to play this song, that song, the other song. If you want a DJ, then you hook up your cord and you sit there and you DJ all day long. Ralph and I ain't DJing, but we've created great playlists, and I constantly just add to it as the year goes along and whatnot. And I was going through it the other day. I've got Christmas songs in there because I kind of created it at Christmas time last year, and you just have a great mix, I think, of everything. But I want to create a great tailgate playlist this year. I'm sure everybody else does. So submit them on the text line, and we can create our playlist.
Can't do that.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hey, send us
call in,
send us audio messages on the audio app.
Ooh, that's what we should do. The audio
voice
app.
messages, yes, on the Odyssey app. Please do that.
Yeah. Do you guys have a good tailgate song? Like what kind of gets you in the mood? Because I think
Return of the Mac.
That's a really good song.
Hey.
Yeah. But I think when you're in the parking lot and you're tailgating, pretty much any song sounds good. There are certain songs that sound good at Arrowhead, and then you play them on like a Wednesday afternoon at 2:00 in the car going to pick up the kids. You're like, why am I listening to this? But when you're in that parking lot, man, that thing is hitting like the right way every single time. And so there are certain songs that are just great when you're out there having a party, having a good time, having fun. And then there's some songs that, just don't kind of translate over and whatnot. So 80s heavy metal is always on the playlist. Country's on the playlist. Yeah. Metallica is on the playlist a lot. Bon Jovi makes the playlist. Jimmy Buffett makes the playlist. Taylor Swift obviously makes the playlist. Some Timberlake will be worked in as well.
Little Tech Nine.
Little Tech Nine always makes a Chiefs playlist. And so, yeah.
That is one of those songs, Red Kingdom, where if that comes on in my shuffle in the car, I'm like, well,
no.
Yeah,
right. But when you're out at Arrowhead and Red Kingdom comes on, it just hits differently.
Ripping my shirt off, man. I'm running a route in one hand and mossing you.
Yeah. Love it.
Thunderstruck.
Good one.
Great one, yeah.
Hell's Bells is always a great tailgate playlist song.
I hate that song.
Really?
Yeah, this guy I used to work for, it was like his intro song.
Oh.
It effing sucks. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, this fat ass is about to talk. Ugh. You shook me all night long. You know exactly who the hell it is, Bob. Yeah, every time I hear those bells, I feel like I am in hell. So congratulations to him and AC/DC. No, I don't know, man. Return of the Mac. I'll play like Reckless Abandon because it's like a high-pitched, annoying Tom DeLonge Blink-182 song. But you know what? Everybody knows it, even though it's a deep cut. For Blink-182. But no, Nebraska, Cincinnati tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. I feel like Jeremy Schaap there. ESPN.
Yep.
You don't have to hang on to it. KMBZ.
It's American Idol.
They do it. But coming up next, Rashee Rice information. Take it, leave it, fair, foul. You decide, we discuss. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Hey, what go man?
On your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, we are getting ready to head into that time of the year where you need to start thinking about your lawn for the spring, and that starts with seeding the lawn this fall, because fall is the best time to seed your lawn. And my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are going to take care of our lawn this fall. September 8th is the date where we're getting that lawn seeded. I can't wait. I've got the date circled on the calendar because I'm looking forward to them taking the next step for our lawn. They've done an amazing job since the spring, getting rid of all the weeds, cleaning it up as best they can, and now they've been out in the yard kind of scratching around and sniffing around and looking for ways to fix the lawn and get those bare spots ready to go for spring. And that's what they're going to do for you as well. Aspen's professional seeding fills those bare spots, strengthens the weak areas, helps reduce weeds, and sets the stage for a lush green lawn by spring. It's one of the most important things you can do for your lawn all year long. And right now, the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are going to give you 10% off all of your fall seeding. But it's just for a limited time. Mention this ad when you get in touch with them. Visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit SaveALifeNow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
The Other Place, Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Come hang out on the patio and listen to some great live music at most locations Thursday through Saturdays. Enjoy some great food and also some incredible beer specials. Make The Other Place your summer headquarters. The Other Place and theotherplace.com.
Football's back, and Underdog is the best place to select entries and win money all season long, and you can play right now in the state of Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite player will go higher or lower on certain stats, like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your entries right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. I love combining entries from multiple sports into one selection to see what I can do. The Underdog app is awesome. Download the app today and sign up with promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and 95th and Knoll. And for a limited time, you can get 4 incredible Booth Creek top sirloins for just $99. These mouth-watering premium cuts are available at both locations or online at boothcreekwagyu.com. It's the perfect time and perfect price to upgrade your beef. Booth Creek Wagyu, open 7 days a week.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Kansas I-70 eastbound moves well coming in from 435. You get past 18th Street Expressway. There's a brief slow spot approaching the 670 split construction, but I think that should be in the clearing stages. It was only scheduled till 6. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, is different than a lot of plumbers out there. They don't overpromise and underdeliver. They do what they say they will. So call Connolly Plumbing Solutions at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back to 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is really cool, this tailgate party that's going on at Kauffman Stadium today. It's put on by the Nebraska Alumni Association. It starts at 3:30 this afternoon, right?
Damn, couch.
3:30 this afternoon for the 7 o'clock kickoff. And you got the opportunity to go over there. They're going to have like professional cornhole players are going to be at this thing, and you know, obviously drinks and obviously all that kind of stuff that you want for a tailgate is going to be there as well. But I'm surprised we don't see this more for a Chiefs game or for any other event that takes place, you know, at Arrowhead Stadium. You know, while the two stadiums are sharing that parking lot, maximize your revenue as much as you possibly can. I think it'd be kind of cool if they did that for Chiefs games as well. But I'm sure the Chiefs probably are like, don't take our money from the tailgate. You know, there's probably some unwritten rules of that kind of thing. But I like this idea of doing that at Kauffman Stadium. It's a fun deal.
Speaking of tailgate options and ideas, I've been watching just a little bit of the U.S. Open, the tennis match. It's in New York, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Obviously, I didn't know this, but Livy Dunn's like a huge fan. I'm not going to talk about how good looking she is, trust me. But she keeps getting this cocktail at the U.S. Open, and it's clearly some sort of like Grey Goose vodka cocktail. And then on top, it looks like little tennis balls, but they're pickleballs.
Oh.
It's the coolest idea of a drink
cool.
ever. Yeah, it's like a skewer of 3 pickleballs on top of like the vodka tonic.
What's the vodka mix? So is it a clear drink?
Yeah, or it's a vodka martini, but it's in a cup. So I don't think you'd give them a cup of martini. But like if you go to her social page, she's like, I'm so back. And like she has the cocktail in her hand. And it's just like 3 little pickleballs that look like tennis balls on top of like a Grey Goose.
Oh, that's
vodka
cool.
cocktail.
I like that. Yeah, it's probably $75 for that at the
sure.
U.S. Open, I'm sure.
But then, of course, I went down a rabbit hole and I was like, typed into Amazon, like pickleballs for cocktails. And there's like a jar you can buy.
Oh, you can actually buy them. You're not making those pickle.
No.
Oh, that's kind of cool. They're selling like pickleball puffs now. You know, like, remember cheese balls back in the day? They're not. There's pickle flavored ones that are out there
but
right
dry.
now. Yes, yeah. So this is another like the pickle industry is growing right before our eyes. When I first moved to Texas in 1999, I worked with a gal named Cindy. God bless her heart, I love her to death.
That's a long last name.
Cindy, God bless her heart, I love her to death. Yeah, she changed it. She changed it to Aguirre finally.
Oh, okay.
So she used to go get, and I thought this was bizarre because I'd never experienced this before. And it was the 90s, pickle flavored snow cones. And I'm like, I never had that before, and I still haven't had the pickle-flavored snow cone. I see them more and more places, but, like, people use the pickle now for a lot of different things, don't they? Like the snow cone and drink, kind of garnish and all that kind of stuff. Like, pickle's come a long way, baby. It's the new Virginia Slim.
We, when we were younger, we thought we liked tequila for what it was, but we'd always do a tequila with a pickle back because that pickle juice just completely would drain the tequila, and it wasn't terrible. A lot of times I'd, wake up in the morning and chug pickle juice out of the jar.
It rehydrates you. It's great.
And it's salty.
Yeah.
It's great. But it was
Andy Reid used that for his team. That's how they beat the Cowboys in his first game. The other thing, the pickle juice, my daughter will drink that when she comes, like after tennis or soccer or something like that. She always stops at Quick Trip. She's like, I need a pickle juice to get, the electrolytes back in me. I'm like, yeah, it's true. I mean, it's crazy how much the pickle juice kind of gets back into your body and get you going in the right direction.
Yeah, and then when we were younger, we would eat pickle-flavored sunflower seeds.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. There's a bar in Baltimore right across the street from Camden Yards called Pickles, and they serve you a pickle juice shot with every drink you order.
Hell yes. I'm in on that.
I like those
pickle
hot
shots
pickles.
are great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hot
Sometimes
pickle.
you get a hot pickle juice shot. You don't want the hot one per se.
Or you buy those like pickle chips. They sell them, I think, in our kitchen. They also sell them like Quick Trips and Hy-Vees.
those are
like a little
great.
bag of pickles. They have like the normal ones, the hot ones.
That's what my kids get, yeah.
Oh, man, they're so good. But this is 96.5 The Fan. Sports Talk on The Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Something that got started yesterday, as we now officially know, it's finally here. Rashee Rice news. He is going to be suspended for the first 6 games of the season. Took the deal. No more communications. We know what it is. Week 1 through week 6, Rashee Rice is not going to be on the roster. Seems like, in my opinion, 6 games seems, in my point, fair. I thought it'd be somewhere between 6 and 8. Looks like it's 6. He took the deal. No more communications. That is what it is.
It is what it is, and I'm glad it's finally done and we have a resolution to this thing so we can all move on, because this has been one of those things that's really been frustrating to me for the last couple of years, because just seeing, and it has been a couple of years that this has been going on, but just seeing so many people that want him suspended for a year, so many people that think he should never play again, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, God, ever since the incident, which was bad, and we know it was bad, but he's done everything right up until this point that led us to this 6-game suspension. He's restitution with money. He's taking care of the stuff he needs to take care of. We haven't heard a peep from him off the field, and all that kind of stuff. And so the 6-game suspension, fine. It is what it is, and I'm just going to move on. I thought a 4-game suspension would have been warranted, but I guess I was wrong on that one. But I'm just glad it's done now, and we know. And now we know when we're going to get him back. And getting him back in week 7, hey, man, that's like making a trade for a big-time wide receiver after the first 6 games of the season. Kind of have an idea of where you are. We think they're going to be a pretty damn good football team. Add Rashee Rice in week 7 going forward for the rest of the year. It may end up being a godsend. And he's still coming back from that knee injury, guys. It hasn't been quite a year yet that Rashee Rice has been out with that knee injury, and they haven't said anything about it, that it's bothering him or anything. Couple more weeks to heal and be fresh for the stretch run of the season and the playoffs and the games that matter the most. Let's just get this thing over with and let's just move forward, and message to Rashee Rice, don't ever let it happen again, right? I think everybody in this organization probably learned now over these last 2 years, don't do anything stupid, because this is a big suspension for him.
So this is my, I guess, few takes on Rashee Rice's suspension of, I guess, now that we can look at it in, in the rearview mirror, right? There's a couple of layers to this, because we didn't know what the suspension would be. We didn't know how many games it was going to be. We didn't know when he was going to get it. Then there were talks he was going to go see this judge September 30th, and he'd miss like the middle of the season.
Right.
Could have missed like the end of the season into the playoffs. Now we know it's the first 6. And the first conspiracy, as Pro Football Focus would say, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Floria, right?
Yeah. How you doing today, buddy? But anyways, so misses the first 6 games. We now know, because of what the suspension is and because of how excited and how much we are pining for the NFL to start for the Chiefs, we know what the first 6 games are. Chargers, right? That's game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2, Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Game 3, New York Giants. Game 4 is the Ravens. Game 5 is the Jaguars. Game 6 is the Lions. Okay?
That was impressive, because I never get that far. That was awesome. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice.
So those are the 6 games that he will 100% miss. And I know a lot of people say, at the beginning, he's going to miss 4 primetime games or whatever it is. He's going to miss the biggest part of the season, and that's going to hurt the Chiefs. I disagree with that. I think him coming back when he is coming back is a more important stretch of games due to the timing of the season and who you are playing. When he comes back on October 19th in week 7, that is the Vegas Raiders in Arrowhead. This is not your son's Raiders, guys, that are driving to work out there. And I mean that because this is not the Raiders that are embarrassing anymore. They went out and they elevated at coaching. They elevated at quarterback. They've drafted a tight end that's a future star or already a star. And they drafted a future running back in Ashton Genty, who is unknown. We will find out. But they are not the Raiders where it's like Aiden O'Connell and who's playing receiver.
Right, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
They have a couple of options. They have a guy that's manning the control of the ship that's got a little bit more integrity and knowledge in his brain, and Pete Carroll. Right? Then after the Raiders, you get the reigning and defending runner-ups in the NFC Championship game, the Washington Commanders. Big game at Arrowhead, right? You get Jaden Daniels here. You get Scary Terry, Deebo Samuel. You get that entire Washington team that's kind of revamped and added pieces who think they can make a run at the Super Bowl this year with their quarterback under his rookie contract. They will still be good. After that game, you get the Buffalo Bills. And we know this all too well, that game in the regular season against Buffalo that the Chiefs never seem to win, that is a game that's probably going to have at that point in the season, that'll be week 9, the number 1 seed on the line.
Yeah.
You'll have Rashee Rice for those 3 games. So you'll get him for a divisional game against the Raiders, a non-divisional game but a top-tier team in the NFC against the Commanders. Then you get him against Buffalo. Then you get the bye week, so he gets a little bit of a refresher after 3 straight weeks, and you kind of know where your team is, where the rest of the season will go. And then you come back and you get the Broncos, who's everybody's belle of the ball this year. The number 1 defense in the league. Bo Nix is the future. Sean Payton's found his guy. He's going to rebuild what he did in New Orleans. And you're going to tell me that those 4 games are less or not as equal to as important as the first 6. Now, I can hear a lot of people in the car, Dusty, shut up. You got to get up to a hot start. They played without Rashee Rice the entire year last year, basically.
They did. They didn't have Rashee Rice at all, and it's not. Excuse me, with the Chiefs, it's not how you start. It's about the finish of the season, and so I don't really. They don't need to get off to a hot start at all. They need to be hot in January.
And if you're worried about how they start, go look at Mahomes' numbers in September.
Yeah, they're pretty darn good. Last year, was it last year or the year before?
I think it was last year.
Was it last year? They weren't all that good.
He was pretty human.
Yeah, in September. But also, too,
I'm talking record-wise.
Yeah, but
for sure.
Yeah, record-wise, I mean, they're basically undefeated. They're as good in September as the Bengals are bad in September. I mean, that's really essentially what it is. And, you did it last year and went 15-2 and had nobody, right? You lost your starting running back. You lost your top 2 wide receivers. You didn't have a left tackle. The only thing that's missing for the first 6 games of the season for the Chiefs now is Rashee Rice. You got Xavier Worthy, who's a year older, a year smarter, a year better, everything, improved, in everything with this team. He knows the playbook better now. He can run the routes better. Like, year 2 is a huge difference from year 1 in this offense. You've got your left tackle figured out right now. You got your left guard figured out right now. You got a healthy Hollywood Brown. You got an in-shape Travis Kelce who wants to come back and kick ass and take everybody's name. Like, I think, yes, we're going to, quote-unquote, miss Rashee Rice for the first 6 games of the season. But, boy, when we get him back, it's going to be such an infusion of offense for this organization that the rest of the league is going to look around and go, oh, you're bringing a back guy from IR. You made a big in-season trade, and you got this guy. Like, there's not going to be a bigger move made in the NFL this year going forward than the Chiefs getting Rashee Rice back for Week 7. That will be the biggest, quote-unquote, transactional move that somebody in the NFL is going to make this year. He's the biggest difference maker that will be added in at that time of the season. And so I think for the first 6 weeks, we just temper your expectations, because I can hear it now. I can absolutely hear it now after week 1 or something, and they didn't put up 35. I don't know where this offense is. Patrick Mahomes is lost. Again, his number 1 wide receiver is out there. That was Carrington. Oh. His number 1 wide receiver is still out. And so once you get him back and have that full complement, like, knock on wood, everything goes great health-wise, right? And we get to week 7 and everybody's healthy, that will be the first time since when that Patrick Mahomes has had his full complement of offensive weapons. 2023?
The other thing, too, about that, missing Rashee Rice for the first 6 games, you will have 3 things on this team of importance that you did not have when Rashee Rice is out last year. You will have your left tackle, you will have your running back 1, and you will have Hollywood Brown. Those are 3 pieces that you did not have last year when Rashee Rice was out. Now those 3 things are there. The left tackle builds trust with Patrick Mahomes. We've seen him look decently exceptional in the preseason. I'm not going to hype up preseason numbers, but his were great. You look at what Hollywood Brown can bring, and then you bring in Isaiah Pacheco, who wasn't there because he got hurt week 2. Rashee Rice got hurt week 4 early, and Hollywood Brown was hurt in week 1 of the preseason. And then your left tackle was already, you were on the second attempt with Wanya Morris by the time that Hollywood Brown and Isaiah Pacheco were all out, and by the time Hollywood Brown came back, you still had Joe Thuney at left tackle. So the 3 things that you will have that you didn't have last year when Rashee Rice was out is you will have more protection on the left side. You will have your RB1, plus you'll have Kareem Hunt. We'll see what Rashard Smith can be as well as an explosive running back, or Elijah Mitchell. I still have no idea how they're going to use that. And then also, you still have Mahomes, Reed, Kelce, all those guys as well. And to go back to give reference of what Mahomes has done in September. Ready for these numbers? Disgusting. 19-4 in September, 82.6% winning percentage, passing yards, 6,808, 62 touchdowns, 11 interceptions with a passer rating of 112.6.
I mean, I know I'm a little bit of an arrogant Chiefs fan at times, and I just believe so much in this organization. I'm just not that concerned with Rashee Rice missing the first 6 games that this team is not going to miss a beat. I mean, and yes, they will be better, obviously, when Rice comes back. But this is the trust that I have in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce as well. Those are your 3 guys on the offensive side of the football that make this thing work. Those are 3 pillars of your organization. You go back to the Kingdom episodes when they went into the caves with Bob Moore. You look at the people that they brought down there. It was Andy Reid, it was Patrick Mahomes, it was Travis Kelce, it was Chris Jones. That's them telling you those are the 3 most important guys of this organization. Everybody else is, I don't want to use the term filler, but everybody else is a replaceable part. Mahomes, Kelce, Jones, they're not. And everybody else below them is. Rashee Rice, obviously, for right now, is below those guys. But when you have a head coach like Andy Reid and you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, I just can't get myself all worked up that a wide receiver is going to miss 6 games and the world is over. I think they're going to be just fine. I don't think they're going to be at their best, obviously, but I think they're going to be just fine without Rashee Rice. And then Rice gets added into the equation, and then we're able to take off. And that's why I say temper your expectations offensively for the first 6 games of the season, because I'm sure people are going to be complaining if they're not out there and Patrick Mahomes doesn't throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns on opening night against the Chargers. People are going to lose their minds over that because that's what they think. But once you get your full complement back, that's when you can start expecting the best out of this offense. But in the time being, they're going to be just fine without Rashee Rice.
The other thing I will say with the news you got yesterday, because I think we all agree that taking the 6 is what you should have done, right? Just get it over with.
I guess, yeah. I mean, obviously they did, so they probably read the tea leaves, and there's probably going to be worse.
And so that layer, to me, was the last layer of quote-unquote distractions for a team before a season starts. First distraction, is left tackle going to work out? That got answered faster than we could ever imagine. The other question that was going to linger throughout the entire season was, is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift going to get married? I'm sorry. I know that we are weirdos for thinking about that too much, but I will tell you this right now. It would have been all year long if nothing had happened. They were still dating, still in love, going to every game. Like, you guys getting married at the Super Bowl? Like, what are you guys going to do?
Right,
like,
you're going to propose at the Super Bowl?
That's out, right? That's gone. And now Rashee Rice's suspension has happened. We are a week away from the first game of the NFL. We are a week and a day away from the Chiefs' first game. Now they have 0 distractions. Now go get it. 2025-26 has now officially started, and everything is in the rearview mirror. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we couldn't have a better leader in Andy Reid. Any other team, you're probably worried about this. At least I would be. I'm just not worried about him missing the 6 games because, again, he missed every game essentially last year, and they went 15-2 and all the way to the Super Bowl with a much worse offense than they have right now and a much worse offensive line than they have right now. So everything to me is going to be fine, with this organization. Just get through these 6 weeks, get this thing done, and legitimately let's just move on from this and forget about this incident and let's all move forward, because this has been a long time we've been discussing this Rashee Rice thing.
Yeah, I think the first 6 games of the season are the toughest. It's the toughest stretch, but it's about having the time to prepare for it. I mean, we forget so often last season that not only were those weapons absent from most of the season, they were absent out of nowhere. Week 2,
right.
Week 1 of the preseason, Week 3, you lose Rashee Rice. All of a sudden, back-to-back weeks, and Mahomes and Andy Reid are like, whoa, we had this whole preparation plan built around Rice. Okay, then or built around Rice and Hollywood Brown. Lose Hollywood Brown. Okay, we'll just do Rice. Oh, lose Rice. Okay, we'll just, we got a rookie, Xavier Worthy. Oh, we'll go to Pacheco. Oh, no, he's gone.
Right.
So you're dusting off all these old playbooks. Now to have a week to prepare and really get ready for this, I think they'll be fine. There's the best coach in the league to prepare for this, but
you say a week to prepare, I guarantee you they've been preparing without Rashee Rice since minicamp. Like, they knew the suspension was going to be there. And again, that's the beauty of Andy Reid, is that they're practicing stuff out there on the practice field. They don't know why they're practicing it, but all of a sudden you're going to know why they were practicing it. Oh, this is why Rashee Rice was not running with the ones for a good portion of camp, and this guy was, or that guy was, or, you kind of read the writing on the wall and kind of figure things out. But there's nobody in the NFL that's more prepared than Andy Reid, and there's nobody that's going to have a better game plan in place for these 6 games than Andy Reid without Rashee Rice. They're going to be just fine. I have all the confidence in the world of saying that. I wouldn't say that probably about many other professional sports teams in any sport, that you lose a player of that capacity and you're going to be fine. But that's the belief that I have in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and in this organization.
I will say, if that's the case, then I will expect a high standard of offense. So I'm not expecting 35 points, but I'm not going to be here, well, there's no Rashee Rice. No. You've had your time. The offensive line's good. We've sat here and bloviated for 2 months about how awesome and ready this team is. I don't care that number 4 is gone 6 weeks. You have time to prepare, get ready. You're the best offensive coach. You're the best quarterback. You got this left tackle. You've got deep weapons. We've talked about the depth on this offensive skill set, offensive skill weapons part of the roster. Come on, do it.
And they
Go
want
score.
to this year. It feels like they really want to this year, right? And they know that they have the ability to do that. And who's going to tell Patrick Mahomes when he wants to do something that he can't, right?
Yeah.
So
I
that's
don't
where
wanna
I
be that
am.
guy.
You want to be that guy. You want to go out there and do that kind of stuff and light the scoreboard on fire. Who's going to tell you no? That's where you have to go. Go out there and do it.
The Chiefs also took a page out of the Royals playbook. They brought in their Adam Frazier.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. True. Yeah, I like the move. I have no problem with this. We were talking about it in the parking lot yesterday. We were starting to get wind about it, and I'm like, and then people are texting, why are they bringing back this guy? I'm like, think about where we are in the season. They needed a running back. He's on the practice squad. Go get somebody you know. You don't have to teach the guy.
It's also probably like a little bit of a favor. Hey, we'll keep you employed, keep you some checks cashing because we know you're a good guy. We like you. And
we love you.
You never know what happens, man. Football is a crazy sport that injuries just pop up out of nowhere.
Especially at that position. He'll play this year.
And he knows and he knows the playbook. He knows the system. He knows the routine, the everyday stuff that goes with this team. And, I don't hate it.
No, it's fine.
Well, it's funny how guys leave this organization, they come back and they do just fine. Juju Smith-Schuster, for example, right? Like he left and came back. McCole Hardman left and came back. Clyde left, he came back. We'll see, what he can do. You don't have a lot of expectation for CEH, but I like the fact that he's part of this. I really like him, and I'm rooting for him as a person,
And if they win/if they lose a running back, now you're calling him up and not Carson Steele.
Yeah,
and I will take that any day.
Any day of the week. Yeah, because Carson did make the practice squad yesterday, him the alligator.
But who's going to play fullback?
They don't have that this year, which is great. I mean, it's very rare for an Andy Reid team to not have, a fullback or something on the roster. But I've always
tight
felt
end back there.
Yeah, exactly. I've always kind of felt it was a wasted position. What were we really getting out of that roster spot over the last couple of years?
What are there more of in the world? Fullbacks on NFL rosters or actual clerks that check you out at Target?
Oh, good question. Yeah.
Most targets are carrying what? 3 cashiers? Every NFL team, there's probably a total of 2 fullbacks. It's an interesting question. Coming up on the other side, some people go a little too far when it comes to sports. We'll explain here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City Sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you, my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue are ready for football season just like all of us. And they make game days so easy because you can use Smokehouse Barbecue to cater all of your tailgates this fall, this football season, or for whatever you have going on in your life. Let Smokehouse Barbecue make things easier and let them cater. Baby back ribs are a start, and that's what we're going to do for that first game of the season. We're going to get a couple of slabs of baby back ribs because our friends from Italy just want ribs so bad, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get them baby back ribs, like 5 different slabs of them. Then we're going to get the hickory pit beans, cook under the brisket for the final few hours to give them a flavor that just pops better than anybody else's. And of course, every tailgate, you got to have those Cajun butter chicken wings on your tailgate. Those are the best wings in the world today. And at Smokehouse Barbecue, they've got street tacos now. And on Tuesday, kids are going to eat for $1.99 with the purchase of a parent's menu item as well. So get on into Smokehouse Barbecue, but also place your catering orders at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. Or stop by and visit them in Gladstone, Zona Rosa, or Independence. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery. So he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The smell of football and tailgating is in the air, but Labor Day gives us one final weekend of summer before fall, and Hy-Vee is here to help with all of your Labor Day plans. They have grilling favorites like prime reserve beef, chicken grillers, and their specialty brats. And with the Chiefs opener on September 5th, I'm headed to Hy-Vee to get some new gear and pick up my favorite party treats like those amazing Chiefs-themed sugar cookies. We got it all at Hy-Vee. Fall's on the horizon. Football's on the horizon. So kick off your best fall ever with my friends only at Hy-Vee.
If you're crazy for craft beer, a connoisseur of Cabernet, or master of the margarita, Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits has a huge selection in stock and competitively priced. From value bottles of wine starting at $3.99 to top shelf liquors, get 10% off when you mix and match 6 or more bottles. Hy-Vee's knowledgeable and friendly staff is here to help, or place your order through aisles online for added convenience. Low price, selection, service, and convenience. There's more to love at Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Kansas side 70 eastbound gets heavy before 18th Street Expressway and crawls over towards the split with 670 with an accident there blocking 2 lanes. Stay comfortable year-round with expert HVAC install. Financing options available with credit approval. Schedule now at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Welcome back into Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Mac Morey in attendance with you as well. Sorry if you think I'm not listening to you. I promise that I am. We've been arrested from the text line. We do not have it. We've lost it. Our boss took it away.
BBL stinky.
So feel free to fire away whatever you feel because we can't see it. But when we do, we're going to find you. The Dolphins general manager, is it Greer? Chris Greer? Chris Greer. Was talking about, it was an interesting thing. I'll just play the audio for you.
If I'm out, people have always been respectful and nice, and they just say, hey, keep going, appreciate you. And so it's been, the guys to my face have been nice. I know there's people that are upset, but that's any job. And if I was comfortable and saying I felt great about what things are, then I'm going to ask, because I'm not being realistic about where we are as a team and where things are going. So after last season. So, I'm frustrated like they are that we didn't win enough games last year. So I understand it. Like I said, I don't take things personally, but when I'm out, people have been generally, very positive and stuff to me. But I know there's guys. I mean, I've gotten some colorful emails with from a couple people, including hoping my kids die of cancer, which is a fun one. I was like, there you go. So that's why I don't take things very personal or real, because other people have other issues and stuff in life.
No doubt about it. More hate in sports, less hate in the world. I can't emphasize that more than enough today. But there is a line of too far. Obviously, we get it a lot on the text line. There's, wonderful people. It's probably just like a few bad eggs that are like, you're a dumbass, or like, who the hell are you? Stuff like that you don't really take to heart. But still, thanks for listening. But, as he mentions, there's a reason why he doesn't engage with that. Mm-hmm. Because, some people might take it as like, it's harmless, but like
it's not.
You read another one and another one and another one, and a lot of you out there can say, well, you can just shut that off. Not really. Like, kind of have to have this device that I call an iPhone, because it's got stuff on there that keeps me intertwined with this job, or you guys as well. And
it's not every day that you get up and everybody sends you a DM. Like we've had a few in the last couple of weeks where it's like, hey, man, thank you so much for being on the radio. You really make my day great. It's been fun driving to work. Sometimes I spit my coffee out in laughter because I have no idea where you guys are going to go. And then sometimes you get some, tags from people that's, their name's like David991486, no profile picture. You guys suck. All you do is talk about food. Okay, that's cool. And then that guy keeps going and keeps going. And it's not great to keep reading those things. You got to shut those out. And this Dolphins GM, Chris Greer, talks about that because it happens a lot more than you think. And, I don't care if you can come in here and dispute a take. Hey, man, I think your take on Rashee Rice missing the first 6 games is egregious. I think those games are way more important than the next 4. That's fine. Let's have that conversation. I love nothing more than do that. But to, shoot names and to make threats like that, that's not really the way to go.
No, it really isn't. I always wonder why sports fans take sports so seriously. It's supposed to be fun. And when it gets to that point and it's not fun and you're sending death threats for somebody's kids because you don't like some of the moves that made, well, that's pushing it a little bit too far. I've done this a long time now. I don't normally read the text line. And on Twitter, quite honestly, if I don't follow you, I don't see what you say. And if you send me a direct message and I don't follow you, it sits in the ether until I decide maybe I want to go look at that, because I know for me, I've had a lot of bad experiences on there, and I'll read them for you. Do we have Twitter bad music that you can play underneath? Because these are some of the tweets that I received when Tyreek Hill was drafted, by the Chiefs, and I was very outspoken. I didn't think that was a good draft pick for the Chiefs because based of his off-field activities and everything that he was involved in beforehand, he was a great football player, and we see now off the field not much, right? So I got this text or this tweet back when they got Tyreek Hill. Hey, Bob Fescoe, you're a piece of blank who should be executed by a member of ISIS.
Jesus.
Another one from Dan. Yeah. Hill has more class and talent than low-life scumbag Bob Fescoe. You're a turd.
Jeez.
At Bob Fescoe, you know nothing about the Chiefs or football. Kill yourself already.
Good Lord.
Whoa. AW. Oh, we're continuing on. Hey, Fescoe, you're a low-life scumbag who should get his ass kicked.
Well, that's not the worst. I mean, that's better than the first 3, but that's still terrible.
Tyreek Hill is an absolute stud and playmaker, while Bob Fescoe is a despicable, talentless bum that should be executed. Hashtag a-hole.
Whoa.
They hashtag that?
Yeah.
Hey, Daryl.
Great tweet. Fescoe is a mouth-breathing challenge douche who should be beaten like the loser he is.
Hey, Daryl.
Whoa.
Another one. Ty Hill will continue to be a star for the Chiefs. Hopefully, Bob Fescoe contracts cancer and dies a slow, painful death, you useless turd.
Okay. All right.
What the hell?
So you wonder why I don't interact with the text line, why I don't interact with a lot of people. Because it's just not good for my mental health. I don't care. I'm to the point in my life where I don't care that people are going to do that kind of stuff. This was from 2016. I've saved them in my phone because they did go to the police on a lot of this stuff because I'm getting death threats. And so, chill out, man.
Kiss my ass.
It's sports. And if you get to that point where you are so triggered and so upset and it makes you fire off tweets to wish somebody's son gets cancer or somebody dies or somebody should be executed because we're talking about sports, you got some serious issues, man. You're a loser, and you got to get some more balance in your life. If sports gets you to that level where you're wishing death on people because your team didn't win a game, I feel bad, man, because you ain't got a lot going on in your life. You need to find something to balance that anger out.
That's something. Jesus. I mean, if we need to reverse the mood.
Football, energy drinks, beer, more football. Welcome to Bink at Night.
Hey, welcome back to Bink at Night. It's going to be called Monday Evening Quarterback with Kent Swanson. Kent, sorry about my voice, brother.
You're all right.
Doing
just fine, my friend.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
There you go. Always leave it to Binkley to bring back the
So
smiles.
chaotic, that start to the show.
Why? You just ready to run through a wall?
Yeah, it was time to talk Mahomes. I've been waiting all day for that.
No doubt, man. What do you think about Mahomes last night? Best game ever. Wrong answers only. I wish I could read the text line, but we don't have it open because it's been banned.
Yeah,
by
it's
our
fine.
boss.
Yeah.
But no, I think that it's I know that there are some people out there that are going to take that and be like, damn, that sucks. Like, I can't believe you guys. Yeah, that's why, like, it's okay to, give me your opinion of a sports take, but to dig that deep is not cool.
Yeah.
And it's not, sports aren't that deep, dude.
Sports doesn't matter that much, man. It really doesn't.
Like, they really aren't. Like, it's fine if you want to sit here and we can have the argument of like, why do you keep saying this is a playoff team? I've never said it's a playoff team. I said they're fighting for the playoffs. No, you're an idiot. It's like you don't need to drop the you're an idiot. Like, you just leave that part out.
Yeah, that part's
and it changes the
unnecessary.
entire message.
It does. Once you say you're an idiot, and YOUR is most of them, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So ironic.
Once that rolls in, your take really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, when you start it with an insult, I'm not hearing anything that you say
validity.
after.
Yeah.
Well, it's like yesterday when I got texting in, and they're like, yeah, you guys are just absolutely weirdos for talking about engagement between a guy. And I'm like, okay. So I go out to the bullpen and I talk to Cody, and I'm like, is it weird to talk? He goes, no. He goes, it's your star tight end that's a future Hall of Famer in the city that you live in the city that you cover, and the biggest star in the world are getting engaged. And we both came to an agreement. If we were in Buffalo's media, like, oh, great, they got engaged, who cares? If we were in Cincinnati media, oh, fantastic, now we're going to see every game, who cares? They got married. But you're in Kansas City. And I think that's where people get lost in the way that this works. And that's the way that, like, medias work. Like, we're not talking about Hard Knocks on HBO every day because we're not in Buffalo. But I guarantee you Buffalo was talking about Hard Knocks and how, what is it, KJ Hamler or whatever his name is, that had the scooter in there that got cut recently. He was a fun favorite because he was a focal point in the documentary. And they probably talked 10 minutes about it in Buffalo radio. But here, we wouldn't talk about it because it doesn't make sense. But, and then people yesterday, you guys are weird. I'm like, okay, well, that's not nice to say. Like, well, what did I say it was so mean? Well, like, starting off a sentence being like, you guys are a bunch of dumb weirdos. Like, that doesn't register to you. Then it goes to the, the whole casino quote. Either you're too dumb to know what's going on or you're in on it. Either way, you've got to go. And, just be a little bit more kind in life. It doesn't, like, people's lives and, like, deathly diseases and execution words like that. You don't need to use that when described. You don't have to like Bob Fescoe. You don't have to make it verbally obvious.
As somebody said the other day that was introducing me to somebody, if you don't like Bob Fescoe, you're just mad that he's right. And I won't say who did that, but somebody that I really have a lot of love for said that the other day. And I was like, damn, that's a hell of a way to introduce somebody,
Yeah, having a passion for sports is one thing.
Perfect.
That's great. Yeah,
It's
fun.
fun.
You got to
It's great.
control it.
You gotta
Spent
control it.
most of my life working on that, man. My young teenage
Well,
years.
when you're younger, you
was rough.
tend to have that more passion. And as you get older, you start to realize.
Yeah, my dad really works with me on like, hey man, you don't control this team. What happens when they lose? Like that's not.
Yeah, but
you.
I still believe at 48 that if I'm not
I
watching
know.
the Chiefs,
Oh, I know.
Like, but
Same
from
here, I
that
can't help
standpoint,
it.
it's weird from that standpoint. But I'm not losing my mind.
Oh, and no,
like some of these people do over
Like
a
some
game.
people, like, I can't even watch Sports Center the next day. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I will.
I'm kind of in that mode though too. I
don't want to talk about football until
Twitter sucks
Thursday.
when the Chiefs lose a playoff game.
I don't like coming in here and talking about the Chiefs after a loss. I think it sucks. BBL stinky. I want to hide my head in the sand. I don't want to do that, but I don't react like a nutbag.
Some guys really know what they're talking about when it comes to the Chiefs. You can go find out about it this Friday night at Hollywood Casino, the Red Roundtable with Danon Hughes, Mitchell Schwartz, and Nate Taylor from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock again at Hollywood Casino this Friday, August 29th. There'll be audience Q&A and photo opportunities with the fellas as well. Coming up on the other side, we are 8 days away. Cannot believe it. 8 days. 8. The Ocho. 8 days away from the Chiefs' first game of the season in Brazil against the Chargers. And Mac has his Chiefs question for us on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mac's awesome. Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Park and Go do it right when it comes to airport parking because every spot they have is covered parking, right? And it's awesome at Park and Go. They make it easy. They make it fun. They make it so convenient to park your car at the airport because they're going to have all covered parking. And when you prepay, you're going to save money as well. So make your reservation right after you make your flight reservation at bookparkandgo.com or with their easy-to-use app and prepay. That way you save money. So when you show up on the day of your flight, you scan your reservation, They direct you to the covered parking spot that they have reserved specifically for you. And then the van meets you right away and takes you right to the airport terminal. When you get back, it's even better. Just grab your bags and walk outside. There's the bus. Jump on it right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
When enjoying family and friends this Labor Day, bring out the grill and bring out the Gates Barbecue Extra Hot Sauce. It's great on spinach, asparagus, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. While you're at it, be sure to use Gates Hot and Spicy seasonings on fresh fruit, vegetables, popcorn, nuts, or enhance your salad dressings with Gates Hot and Spicy seasoning for that extra flavor pop. Pick these up at your local grocer, and if you don't see them, ask for them. Make Gates Barbecue a part of your Labor Day. Gates Barbecue. Thanks. With love.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh, no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
When it comes to buying a car, simple wins. Rob Site Ford has the inventory, the trade values, and the non-commissioned team that puts you first. No pressure, just 4.8 stars on Google for a reason. ROBSIGHT.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, inbound 70, things sluggish, approaching 435 with construction. Then eastbound 70 slows again at 18th Street Expressway, stays heavy over towards 670 with an earlier accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Have you watched Die Royal Decree? How about Chiefs Take Tuesday? Or would you rather Wednesday? Follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for exclusive video content, giveaways, and behind-the-scenes action. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
College football games tonight for your enjoyment. Missouri, Central Arkansas, Nebraska, Cincinnati, the two big ones. And then Friday night, KU plays Wagner.
Great game. Central Arkansas and Wagner. Way to come out of the gates firing for both of those. I mean, KU had their game against Fresno State. But those are the college football games that nobody wants to pay attention to and nobody wants to go to. Wagner and Central Arkansas State University. Come on, man. Like, I like the fact that the SEC is going to 9 regular season games. They're making everybody play a legit team in the non-conference because these directional school games have got to go. It's a different age of college football now. We want big games.
Missouri 36.5-point favorites. Nebraska 6.5-point favorites against Cincinnati, and it's sold out. Arrowhead Stadium.
It's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be hype.
Raiola is going to look like Mahomes, dude.
People are going to think it's Patrick out there. I mean,
I do have a bet tonight already. Put it in early.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I'm going heavy on the Big Red, dude.
Okay.
They're here. They've arrived.
Hit me.
Nebraska, 6.5. Dane Key, 60 or more receiving yards.
Bang.
Number 1 receiver for Dylan Raiola at Nebraska.
Let's go.
Over 51.5. Dylan Raiola might have that in the first half point-wise. 2 touchdown passing for Dylan Raiola.
I like it.
250 yards passing for Dylan Raiola.
Woo.
Plus 900.
There we go.
Talk to you tomorrow when I lost $10.
Yeah, I was going to say that ain't hitting.
Well, we'll see.
Let's go.
We'll see.
Come on.
What was the game last week? We thought, well, yeah, you got to. The Iowa State K-State game. We thought, yeah, you got to take the over in this thing.
Well, and again, that was on like a Tuesday, and we didn't know that the weather was going to be a slop pit of a rain in Ireland, which we could have looked at the forecast.
And we should have thought Ireland rain. I mean, it rains over there a lot.
was our bad.
That was one thing that I really started taking note of when I would do the fantasy show on Sunday. When we got kind of like in the October and November months, I'd be like, hey, you can play this guy. But again, 70% chance of rain and going to be 48 degrees. Let that play affect to you. Like that could happen some sort of, if you're in that swing mode with like a player that's playing, you got a guy that, his matchup looks pretty good, but he's not the guy that this guy's been. But this guy that's been good, he's playing in swamp conditions in Miami today where it's going to pour rain all day. So, no, but it's a big game in Arrowhead tonight. Sold out, Cincinnati. Yeah. I have to ask, are the big four there? And the big four, I mean, Pat, Brittany, Travis, Taylor. Here's why I ask. Cincinnati, the alumni of Travis Kelce, recently engaged in town. We know this because they got engaged in Lee Summit.
Yeah.
And
we would.
So, yeah. And then Mahomes and Raiola are boys. They share the same trainer and Bobby. And, why not go on a double date to Arrowhead? You got the week before the season starts. You're all in town. My guess is the big four are there in a suite. It's on ESPN.
Yeah,
any takers? Any
8 o'clock.
naysayers? 7 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We had a caller.
Oh, it is 8 o'clock
it's 8
Central
o'clock.
Time?
I looked it up. It's 8 o'clock. I mean, on ESPN, it
8 o'clock Central Time that game starts?
I mean, that's what it listed as. I'll look
really?
at it
That's
again.
an ass time to start a game. So I don't know. Because it's game week now.
It is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a late start.
It stinks.
That really is a late start. That's 9 o'clock East Coast time. That's where Cincinnati. I mean, that's a really late start. Okay.
Thank you to the caller.
Yeah, no doubt. So I think Travis will be there. I don't know if anybody else will be there. Like,
He's just going to be there solo?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he'll have somebody with him, but I don't think it's going to be Taylor. I don't know if it's going to be, Mahomes. This is officially game week now, right? Like they're starting the true
Lock in.
preparation. Like they leave Wednesday morning for Brazil. And so you backtrack a little bit. Like, was Andy at the podium yesterday, right? And speaking. So it's kind of the beginning of game week. So I don't know how all of that factors in. I would think Travis would try to be there, obviously, because it's his alma mater. But I don't know if you're Taylor, if you want to, make your first appearance, at a college football game or whatnot since the engagement or how that's going to work, even if you want to deal with all of that kind of stuff. But, I would think Travis would be there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Patrick Mahomes and guys like that there. But I also think it's the beginning of game week. So I don't know how that really, truly does factor in for them. It's not Labor Day weekend for them. It's like get ready to play football for them.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I don't think that there's any reason why they wouldn't be there.
Quite frankly, I don't care if they're there. It doesn't change the game for me at all or anything like that. But
And that's not the discussion.
No,
that's
no.
not trying to that just sounds like you're pissing on the idea of having a little fun.
No.
Because it's, of course, we don't care if they're there. It's just a topic that has a lot of emphasis on who the superstars are in Kansas City. Like that's his alma mater.
Yeah, I think he'll be there, but I don't know if I don't even know if Taylor's in town anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess sorry for having fun. Ben Maurer will join us at the other side of this break, but before we do that, we are 8 days away from the first official game of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Mac, take it away.
8 days, baby. Let's go. We heard the Rashee Rice news yesterday. We'll miss the first 6 games of the season due to a suspension. So I ask you and the listeners, you can send us voice messages if you'd like to on the Odyssey app or call in and just talk to me. Who knows? Who is the one that needs to step up in Rashee Rice's absence? We know he's the number one target. Ooh. He's going to get the brunt, the bulk, if you will, of targets when he's back. But for those first 6 weeks, which is a tough 6 games, who is the one that needs to step up the most in his absence? Is it Kelce, or is there someone else? I'll ask you guys.
I'm going to go with a different one, not one that you mentioned.
Okay.
I think it's Hollywood Brown.
I love it.
Because he's the veteran, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, not technically on this team. He's only in his second year, but from an NFL standpoint, he's a veteran NFL wide receiver. And so I think when you're in a situation where you lose somebody, you look to your veterans and you say, hey, old dude, step it up a bit. So I think Hollywood Brown has to be that guy for me.
I think it's Xavier Worthy. We're now in year 2 of Xavier Worthy. We saw an exceptional year 1 as the rookie. Look, man, are the routes crispier? Is the field vision better? Are the hands better? Is the trust and the communication between he and Patrick Mahomes on a level playing field of even more exceptional between the two of them? I think Xavier Worthy, man, if he comes out of the gates and he's putting up, getting 7-8 targets a game, taking in 5-6 catches, 7 catches a game, and putting up triple digits, because he's a guy that also, if you can run a few Rashee Rice routes with him.
Oh, yeah.
Over the middle.
A lot last year.
And he did that a lot last year.
And if you can get that little, 5-yard cushion where he can streak across the middle of the field, take that, and then turn that into like a Tyreek Hill type of play.
Bye-bye.
Because one thing that we saw with Tyreek Hill, and again, I'm not comparing the two, I'm comparing the jump. And what we saw with Tyreek Hill when he first came into the league, it was, hey, go all the way down the field and take a couple of jet sweeps. Am I wrong like that?
Mm-hmm.
It was exactly what they did with him.
Get him the ball.
And then the second year, obviously Tyreek got beefed up and got really big, but became a receiver, not a gadget receiver.
He did a great job of transforming himself into that, because at first when he came into the league, you're thinking Dexter McCluster type of stuff. And I will say this about Tyreek Hill, and I don't personally care to ever be in the same room as Tyreek Hill, but that guy, I mean, he makes the list of the top 5 players that have transformed their careers on the field better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Like what he did, I give him a lot of credit. Like if you're a kid and you're saying, all right, how do I make the most of my career in the NFL from an on-field standpoint? The way that Tyreek Hill grew as a wide receiver was one of the best transformations we've seen in sports.
It was.
He did unbelievable things to become the wide receiver that he became. Obviously, Patrick and Andy and Alex all factored in and helped with that. But that's all on him to transform himself into that. If Xavier Worthy has the jump from year 1 to year 2 that Tyreek Hill had, nobody's even going to be mentioning Rashee Rice. I hate to be that. Like, if Xavier Worthy does what Dusty just said from year 1 to year 2, Tyreek Hill, forget about it, man. Like, people, then you get Rashee Rice back, then the world is going to lose its mind.
Yeah, it's just, and again, I'm not comparing him to Tyreek Hill. I'm just comparing the process, because we've always seen this in Andy Reid's system. The first-year receiver is kind of blanketed, kind of sheltered, and then they're kind of set to go out. There have been some exceptions. Rashee Rice is one of those. Deshaun Jackson, maybe another one, and Jeremy Maclin as well. But we saw the evolution of Tyreek Hill from speed to speed and precision.
Yeah.
And if we can see that from Xavier Worthy, and he can take off. Now, I know there's, Tyquan Thornton's out there as well from New England, who used to be a high pick for them, and now he's got some speed. I think he's got like a 4.3 speed as well.
He does.
Travis Kelce could be there. Hey, we really wanted to, slow your process down until the end of the season, until the playoffs ramped up so that you are your best self. Well, unfortunately, your number 1 wide receiver is now out for 6 games.
That starts in week 7, Trav.
And now
Sorry.
it's like, hey, week 7, you're going to get it. And then you'll have the bye week in week 10. So just hold on. You'll get the week 7. We'll take a little off. And then week 10, we'll put you on the bye, get you some rest and all that sort of thing. But for me, it's Xavier Worthy or Tyquan Thornton as well, because of what they bring with that element of speed, and hopefully they both have the communication and the know-it-all with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I also think, too, with Travis Kelce, he's got a lot to prove this year to a lot of doubters out there, right?
Yes,
oh, he's washed. He's no good anymore. Why can't he just dominate for the first 6 games of this season? Because I think he is. I do. I think people, a week from tomorrow, or I guess Saturday, when people are waking up to go, I guess Travis Kelce isn't washed. Like, I think he's putting on a show on Friday night in Brazil. I really do. I think it's going to be the Travis Kelce show, and everybody's going to walk away going, holy crap, this team is legit. Like, I think he puts on, as they said in Major League, he's going to put on a hitting display. He's going to put on a catching display in that, because he wants it. He wants to let everybody know that Super Bowl was not me. This is the lasting memory I want everybody to have.
That season wasn't me.
Yeah,
not the
that
Super Bowl.
season.
That
Yeah,
season,
you're
I
right.
mean, there was not one fake left, shimmy right that worked all season last year, and until that last preseason game we saw it. I'll actually go a different route here and say Isaiah Pacheco.
Good call. I was going to say a 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but then I remembered Andy.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, if you remember, that's kind of my point. Is if you remember last year when it all went to crap last year, they signed Kareem Hunt and they leaned on him heavy for about 6 or 7 weeks, and it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Pacheco, he could be 5 or 6 yards. He has a burst that seems to be back. He's worked on his speed game. He's worked on his catching out of the backfield. I don't think there's anyone who can replace Rice, but I think a combination of, we mentioned Kelsey, Worthy, Thornton can kind of help out the passing game enough, but I think it's going to be running the ball more, and I think this offensive line, that's kind of where their strengths tend to, is getting upfield and getting hands on a body and creating some gaps for Pacheco. So I think that's where they'll lean.
Having a healthy Hunt and Pacheco, too, this year can add so much more to your arsenal from a running standpoint where you can take that pressure off.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes. Like, you don't need to throw the ball 85 times
No, you
a
do
game.
not.
Coming up on the other side, we'll be joined by Ben Maller, plus Mac will take it away once again with one word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Vanna White. I'm so excited to tell you about the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. You could win up to $25,000 instantly, or enter non-winning tickets into Play On for a chance to win a VIP trip to Los Angeles to play in the Mega Money Maker event on the set of Wheel of Fortune. You could win some big money, so go ahead, scratch and win with the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery.
Well, we've got a big weekend coming up, the last weekend of summer. It's Labor Day weekend, and you want to enjoy it, right? You don't want erectile dysfunction to get in the way and to ruin all of that. And if intimacy feels stressful because of performance issues, hey, you're not alone, and more importantly, there's help out there. And that's where my friends over at Heartland Men's Health come into play. They have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. At Heartland Men's Health, they have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. So schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today and schedule that appointment, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Here we go.
Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
This is incredible.
Watch your local NFL game live all season long.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
It's time to build that dream deck over at All Weather Decks. Schedule a free estimate today at 913-206-1974 or online at allweatherdecks.net. All Weather Decks, the right deck at the right price.
Hey, football fans, it's Brian Baldinger here with It's Your Journey, presented by Hyundai. While the league gets the rosters in order this week, we look forward to the first matchup of the season in Philadelphia. The reigning Super Bowl champs will host a hungry Dallas team that hopes to secure their star pass rusher before the season officially starts. Will Philadelphia or Dallas start their trophy hunt with a division win? It's Your Journey is brought to you by Hyundai. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on now. Get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Don't miss out. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's time to have the best steak of your life. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu meat market, is changing the way America eats beef. And now you can join the Wagyu revolution at 2 KC locations, 135th and Metcalf and 95th and Knoll. And for a limited time, you can get 4 incredible Booth Creek top sirloins for just $99. These mouth-watering premium cuts are available at both locations or online at boothcreekwagyu.com. It's the perfect time and perfect price to upgrade your beef. Booth Creek Wagyu, open 7 days a week.
A blood emergency has been declared in the Kansas City region, and donors are urgently needed. Now through August 26th, donate with Community Blood Center and be entered to win tickets to the Chiefs home opener. Visit savealifenow.org or call 877-468-6844 to schedule your donation today.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, eastbound 70, slow from 110th Street over to 435 with construction. Earlier problem, 70 eastbound at the 670 split has cleared, and your delays have unwound. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, we do it every week right here on 96.5 The Fan, and it's all brought to you by our good friends up at the Landing in Liberty, home of the Ben Maller chicken tenders and my Bavarian pretzel as well. And Ben, I guess you've been caught up as much as we have with the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce news. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic, but I love it when people get mad that 2 people are getting married and it's going to take away from football. What are your thoughts on the Travis Taylor engagement that finally arrived this week?
Yeah, so I was a skeptic, guys. This could be on with you. I was like, well, this is going to go on for a while, but it's not going to actually end in any kind of real like engagement and wedding bells and all that. So I was surprised. I woke up to the news. I was sleeping when the announcement came, and I had all these text messages. And when I get a lot of text messages while I'm sleeping because I work the overnight show, normally someone died. But in this case, no one died. It was actually a happy story, so that was kind of cool. And now we move on to the wedding. But yeah, the callers and the people that give me feedback, Bob, on my show, they are. Who knew that just a pop singer who's the most famous woman in the world and a tight end for the Chiefs would be this polarizing, where I'm getting angry messages. I can't listen to your show anymore because you talked about this. It's not a sports story. I'm going to go listen to Coast to Coast. And I'm like, well, what do you? It's like the biggest story. It's a crossover story. Like, what do you want me to do? I think it's a fascinating story. I mean, I'm not as in love with it as some of the other people, but I think it's a good story. It's certainly interesting that Travis Kelce could marry. And you think about it, he's made a lot of money. He's rich. She's wealthy. Like, is there going to be a prenup? Like, I have a lot of questions about what happens before the wedding. You know, where do they get married? Where are they going to end up living? You know, how much money is he going to get if it doesn't work out? Are they going to have kids? They got to do that soon. They're in their 30s. Like, there's a bunch of different angles to this. So I'm into it. There are other people that are totally obsessed with it. I'm not at that level. It's a good story.
Ben, I want to bring this up because the other news yesterday in the world of Kansas City sports was the Rashee Rice situation.
Yeah,
I feel like there's 2 different sides to this. Some people think, maybe challenge it, maybe show your hand as well. But the 6 games is what he settled on. He'll miss the first 6 games of the season. Are you in favor of just doing what he did, rip the Band-Aid off, take your suspension, and settle with 6 games? Because I believe 6 is – some people will never think it's fair enough. We've had some people say he doesn't deserve to be suspended in Kansas City, and then there's some people that say he should be suspended for an entire year. Interested to know what your perspective is from out of the market.
Yeah. So, Dusty, I think the thing about these, as I understand it, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think this has been the way for a couple of years in the NFL, where the last couple of years they've kind of negotiated a deal. Then they announce it, like behind the scenes. They here's how many games we want to suspend you, and they do it. Where in the past they would suspend guys without negotiating, and then they'd appeal and they'd have to chop games off. But now they've kind of come up with this common ground thing. Rice was a knucklehead. You know, he could have killed someone. I know he didn't, and he's lucky. But if he had killed someone, he would have been in jail, and that would have been it for Rashee Rice. And so it seems like a reasonable compromise to me. In the old days, I think, well, he should have been suspended much longer than that. But, 6 games is a good amount of time, and he's got a chance to come back. And assuming as far as the football stuff is concerned, whenever he does come back, and we'll see how the Chiefs are doing. But that's a pretty good pickup for the Chiefs when he comes back, whether on week 7 or week 8 or whenever he ends up actually coming back and playing for the Chiefs. But yeah, it's pretty bad when you did the drag race thing, like you're in the movie, and then you're videoed by 17 people walking off the highway. It's like, I don't know how you can say I didn't do it. Like, or I don't know what your excuse would be. That blows me away. Like, I can't. I'm so paranoid about all that stuff. I've been in a few accidents, and I just I sit there and I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. I can't imagine just like, that's it. I'll just leave the car. I'm out. See you, boys. Can't imagine that.
Talking with Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio, and on the NFL side of things, this is kind of the dead week now in the NFL, right? It's all done with the cuts, and the biggest name yesterday getting cut was probably Tommy DeVito around the NFL. But I think all the attention this week now, rightfully so, begins with the college game. Big one tonight, Nebraska-Cincinnati, sold out at Arrowhead Stadium. There is a tailgate inside Kauffman Stadium on the concourse for over 2,000 people. That's how many people are going to be at this college game tonight. But I think what we're all looking forward to, obviously, is the weekend. We got the Texas-Ohio State game to kind of kick the college football season off on Saturday. You couldn't have asked for a better way to kick this thing off.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. This is the standalone weekend for college football. I don't get too much into it on my overnight show because the NFL is so much bigger, but I will be fully engaged. I'm right there. I've circled a couple games that I want to watch, and the Texas and Ohio State game, Bob, obviously the big one. The Arch Manning story. There are 3, I have determined, after a minutes-long review of college football, there are 3 stories that cross over. In Arch Manning, Heisman, the Manning royal family, right, the whole thing, that, is he going to live up to the hype, the family legacy of Texas. You've got Deion Sanders still. How does he do without his kid, without the big razzmatazz they had the last couple of years in Colorado? And then obviously Monday night, Belichick at North Carolina and his lady friend, the gold digger, and how does that all turn out on Monday night? Those are the 3 coolest stories. And then there's some other ones that are pretty good, like Alabama. They play Florida State. That used to be a big deal. If you're doing like old guy radio, remember Notre Dame and Miami, the convicts and the Catholics, and that was always a huge thing a million years ago. They're matching up this weekend. So there's some other like secondary games that are cool, but Texas and Ohio State is the game. And Ohio State's so petty, they banned David Portnoy. Like, what are you doing? Bad job by you. Who goofed? I've got to know. And so that whole setup, just adding another layer of intrigue to that matchup. So I'm fired up. Listen, Arch Manning said the other day, he's like, oh, we don't really have a bullseye on our back. Yes, you do. You're about to find out. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So what's the expectation for Arch Manning this year?
The expectation, he wins the Heisman Trophy. Texas ends up in the playoff, and they're one of the final teams. They don't necessarily have to win the national championship, but the expectation is that Arch Manning goes out. He only played 2. He started, 2 games last year for the Longhorns. Like, you don't really know. And he sat behind a guy who was a 7th-round draft pick that he could not beat out, who's now with the Miami Dolphins. But that's not a great resume. The question is he as good, or do we sit there and say, there she blows, Arch Manning, overrated, the guy's a stiff, and it's gonna be immediate. Like, if he goes out and beats Ohio State, that's only gonna add another layer to this thing and make it big. He goes out there and rides the vomit comet in the horseshoe, and this turns out to be a debacle. It's going to be Barry Arch Manning. He's not that good. He's living off the Manning name, and that's going to be the story everyone's yapping about here the beginning of next week before we get back into the the swing of things with the NFL. That, and of course, don't forget the other story from the NFL, which is still there lingering, Micah Parsons. So that's still kind of in the background if you're not into the college football stuff.
Ben, what are you hoping for with the Micah Parsons situation? Do you want to see him go somewhere else and really stick it to Jerry Jones, or are you kind of just going to sit back and smile and say, here we go again, another Cowboy story that ends the way the Cowboy stories always do?
Yeah. So I bet, Dusty, that this is going to end the same way that all these things do, that right before the kickoff, either the day before or next Thursday, a week from today, there'll be an announcement on NBC's pregame show. Jerry Jones has reached, Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones have found common ground, and there's a new extension, and then we're going to go into the season. Like, that's the way it's gone the last couple of years. That's Jerry's playbook. He's a maestro, as we've talked about over the last couple of years on this show. Bob, you've pointed out the carnival barker of Jerry Jones, and he's got a little Vince McMahon in him also. So I just think that's the way it's going to go, and they're not going to trade him. That's not what Jerry does. He loves to hold on to these guys, and Micah Parsons, as good as he is, he has vanished in some big games the Cowboys have been in. It's not like he's without guilt on that. He's kind of the defensive Dak Prescott, where he's played well against mediocre teams, and then in some big games he's vanished. But he's going to get his money, and I believe that to be true. And by the time we chat, well, maybe not next week because we'll be on early next week, but the following week, there'll be some kind of deal.
All right, Ben, before we let you get out of here, I want you to think about this from a different aspect. I think, like Bill Belichick, with all this stuff from yesterday, you mentioned the gold digger stuff, the trademark stuff, the video stuff, all the stuff that's gone on since he's gone to North Carolina. I think he may be the coach, the player, the figure in the NFL and college football this year, both of those two encompassing, that may be under the most pressure, because if they go out there and lay a stinker, those alums at North Carolina that already are embarrassed by Bill Belichick are going to get real loud. Do you think he's the guy in football totality this year that may be under the most scrutiny?
Well, from the fact that you look at Belichick's age, and he ultimately wants to get back to the NFL. Like, if he goes out there and they're terrible in Chapel Hill, then you're like, okay. But I would say the one ahead of him, because he's a younger coach, is Caleb DeBoer at Alabama. They were not as good last year, following Nick Saban. And if they go out there, those Alabama boosters, you know it's like in Tuscaloosa. They're not going to put up with another substandard year for Alabama, and he'll be gone. He'll be 2 years and gone. So, but Belichick is obviously high up there because it seems like he's unstable. There's a lot of wacky stuff. If I had said 10 years ago that Bill Belichick would be in college football and he'd be trademarking gold digger, and I mean, you'd be like, that's nonsensical. That's never going to happen. That's cockamamie. But here we are. So, and if they don't win on top of that, that's going to be a hot mess. It's going to be ugly. But it's not like North Carolina. They know what they signed up for. They've sold out every home game. They're on ESPN pretty much every game, or every other game they're on ESPN. So they're going to get national exposure. And if it works out, they could end up, who knows, in the Southeastern Conference or something crazy like that.
No doubt. Ben, we appreciate it. Enjoy the college football weekend and all the fun foods and dips and all kinds of stuff that go along with football season, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. And try to get me into that wedding if you can. I know you guys will be there, right?
Yes, absolutely. Ben Maller with us here on 96.5 The Fan. It's all brought to you by The Landing up in Liberty.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word
Oatmeal
on
raisins.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Can you replace that? Can you replace the Velociraptor with the oatmeal raisin?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. Yeah, we'll have to get on that. We haven't talked about the boys in blue last night. Huge win.
Mm-hmm.
Started 2 nights ago with a comeback of 4, and if you were looking for any sort of spark that could ignite a run, it could have been that comeback, a 12-1 victory last night, kicking the ass of the Chicago White Sox and winning that series 2-1. They start against the Detroit Tigers tomorrow night right here at Kauffman Stadium. One word on the Royals last night.
Therapeutic. That was a fun one. It was 1-1, and then Bobby gets the big hit, and then all of a sudden the floodgates are open. And you look at the final. Did you look at the finals in baseball? There was a 20-3 final. Ooh. There was like a 12-2 final here, 11-3 final there. It was a big night in baseball. Position players were pitching and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So you know that's a good night when you got a guy like looks worse than batting practice up there. But for me, the big takeaway was obviously the win, and you keep pace. But now Salvador Perez, guys, we're inside a legitimate statistical Hall of Fame chase for the rest of the year. He's 4 homers and 7 RBIs shy of 1,000. 4 homers shy of 300, 7 shy of 1,000 RBIs. We got legit history getting ready to take place this season. I hope Salvi gets this thing done before the season ends. I think he will.
Yeah, my word for last night would be work. Just keep going to work. Keep beating these teams. Keep winning. You get a day off today. You get to go back home and relax. To go to Bob's take earlier, A's won 7-0, Giants won 12-3, Rangers won 20-3, Royals won 12-1, Braves won 12-1, and Yankees hit 8 home runs and won 11-2. I kid. I think they hit 5.
They hit 5 in one inning, and in that same inning, Anthony Volpe almost made all 3 outs.
And then struck out to a position player. Get out of New York, Anthony. Get out while you can. But yeah, one word, work. Keep going to work. Take your lunch pail. Now you get the big bad Tigers at home. And by the way, Sunday's game, the last Sunday before the NFL football season starts on a holiday weekend, Tarek Skubal versus Michael Waka.
Smash.
Yes, sir.
That's a quiet one.
Still ways away.
Rashee Rice, he will not be going to work in 8 days, as he has been suspended for the first 6 games of the season. It came out yesterday morning right after our show. One word on the Rashee Rice suspension.
Finality.
Yep. Deserved. 6 games. Stop breaking the law. Learn your lesson. He went out week 4, missed the entire season, including the
week 3. Yep.
Or it was week 4.
Okay.
Against the Chargers, and I think that when you look at that, so he's missed 4 and 18, so there's 12 games in the regular season, plus he missed the 3 games in the playoffs. There's 15 games and plus 6. He's gonna miss 21 games in the first 3 years of his career.
He's gonna miss more than he's played.
21 games missed in his first 3 years of his career. So deserved, eye-opening. And now you get to kind of put all that behind you. It's the last distraction for this team of the season. Now we move on and go get to work and take care of business and put up or shut up time in Kansas City. Everybody hates you. Everyone thinks the dynasty's over.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to watch you to lose. Everyone's happy your wide receiver's out for 6 games. Put up or shut up. Go out there and do it.
And that's the low-hanging fruit of the Nationals. Oh, Rashee Rice is out, so the Chiefs. I get dumber about the Chiefs when I watch ESPN, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I walk by the screen out here because, we got to do our laps with all the arrows pointing the directions around here, right? So I'm out here doing my laps, and I see Chief concerns, and it's a Rashee Rice, and it's Mahomes getting sacked in the Super Bowl. I'm like, I just became a dumber human being by watching Chiefs coverage on ESPN. So I'm going to tell all my Chiefs friends out there, don't watch ESPN when it comes to consuming your thoughts on the Chiefs because they're going to make you feel dumb.
No, just listen to us.
That's exactly right.
That's all you need
We
to
got
do.
you covered.
Yeah.
We got the right answers
Exactly
here.
right. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Fun.
Back on the Chiefs.
For me, it's
Practice squad.
It's known as another one, and
Yep.
I like the fact that they do this. A lot of guys leave the organization, don't have success, they come back to the organization. But based on what this season is about, we're not running it back or anything like that. I've coined it the American Pie season, senior year. We're all going to have so much fun. You want guys on this team that know what they're doing. Like, there's no learning curve this year, right? It's like, let's go. Let's start from the beginning and go balls to the wall the entire time. Other than our rookies, we really don't have a lot of time for a learning curve. So get me as many guys that know this system as best as they possibly can so we don't miss a beat all season long. Because at some point, some running back will be hurt, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be playing.
My one word would be Frazier-esque. The Royals brought in Adam Frazier for a clubhouse guy to kind of be that guy who can talk to people that has experience with the team and the clubhouse and the way things worked. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was released by the New Orleans Saints yesterday, comes to the practice squad. Obviously won't necessarily, I don't think, travel with the team unless he's on the roster, which is the way it goes. But again, can be that guy at practices, can be that guy around the place where it's like, oh, there's Clyde, there's this guy, friend of a lot of teammates, been here, done that sort of thing. So it's kind of Frazier-esque where you're bringing in a camaraderie that can be positive. And why not? He knows the system. He knows his team.
I mean, there were some people yesterday like, I can't believe they would do that. I'm like, well, first of all, why are you getting worked up over a practice squad running back?
Yeah. Well, why do people get worked up about Cam Devernay?
Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, get worked up over you guys. I don't want to say insignificant because I do think Clyde will play some sort of role this season. Let's remember this and see it. At one point in a game this year, there's probably going to be a moment where Clyde Edwards-Helaire has to do something, and we'll see if he gets the job done.
And now that'll be Clyde, not Carson Steele, and I'll take that any day. Ryder Cup, the official golf season is kind of ended, but this also always comes to a climax at the Ryder Cup at the end of the year. Team USA was announced: Scotty Scheffler, J.J. Spahn, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantley, Cameron Young, Ben Griffin, Sam Burns.
Where's Tiger?
Didn't make the cut this year.
Awesome. I love this. This is the team that you wrap your flag around when you go play the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black up in New York. Tough course. Should be fun. Go watch the videos of last time they played the Ryder Cup. Got beat. Zach Johnson failed miserably as a captain. Keegan Bradley gets to come in as he got skimmed last time. They did bring in Justin Thomas. Well-deserved this year. We'll see how the team carries itself in America this year after getting beat last time by the European team. So I'm excited. End of September. Can't wait. Ryder Cup is awesome. Because
it's for your country. Like, everybody can rally around it, you know? You don't have to be a golf fan.
No, and the way they do it is just amazing. Like, from match play to best ball to alternative shot, all the different ways you can play golf. It's awesome.
It's so much like the World Baseball Classic where we don't realize how much the players truly care about winning this thing, right? The World Baseball Classic, these dudes want to win that thing, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like for the Ryder Cup, it's the same way because you can see the intensity out there. That's what makes it so fun. And, like, again, not a golf fan, but you're a sports fan, you're a fan of your country. That's something fun to watch.
It also gives you that fun element, whereas on a Sunday at a golf tournament, there's about 4 or 5 guys in contention playing against each other. On Sunday in the Ryder Cup, if it is a neck-and-neck race, you will see, like, Rory McIlroy playing against Scotty Scheffler. Or, they'll do the matchups where they think they can win suit, and then it's like this guy versus this guy, and then the raw emotions come out. Some guys don't wear hats. You get the quietness of the crowd from the villains. You get the pump-up from the crowd, from the heroes. It's absolutely awesome and entertaining for an entire week/weekend of the Ryder Cup. Plus, we'll see if there's any fights this year.
Ooh. Oh, that could be good,
Give me a fight.
I like
if you
fights.
remember,
Swing a club.
If you don't remember 2 years ago, there was the caddy versus Rory McIlroy, and then Shane Lowry was like shoving Rory into his car because he was getting upset because people were standing over him and they were waving the hats because apparently Patrick Cantley didn't want to wear his hat because they thought he was trying to stay ready for his wedding photos. That wasn't the case. We don't know what the true story was. And then everybody was waving their hats and waving their face. These golfers, they bitch and complain about the minute of things, but it's no better tournament in the world than the Ryder Cup, in my opinion. Just my opinion, and my opinion sucks. Coming up on the other side, we get to Smash or Pass, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu. Casey's Best Steaks now with 2 locations, 95th and Null and 135th and Metcalf. Shawnee Mission Ford as well, on a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. We'll do Smash or Pass on this side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, Missouri, I got great news for you. The Underdog app is now available to play in the state of Missouri. And the Underdog app is the best place to select entries and win money all season long. And right now, you can play in Missouri. If you're at the football game tonight, you can play right from your seat inside the stadium. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. And get all those entries right, you could win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can play with as little as $1. I love this time of year. It's baseball and football season. Combining entries from multiple sports into one selection is the way that I like to play on Underdog. So download the app today and sign up with promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hi there, I'm Charlie. And I'm Carter. Our dad is Rex with Rex Buys KC. If you're thinking about selling a home in Kansas City and don't know where to start, our dad can help. Sometimes life throws curveballs, like moving for a new job, dealing with a divorce, or inheriting a house you weren't expecting. Dad doesn't just make offers, he talks with people to help them understand all of their options. No pressure, and it doesn't cost anything to talk with his team. He's a local home buyer who really knows Kansas City. If selling to him is the right choice, he'll give you a fair cash offer, and you can close on your timeline even in as little as 7 days. He buys homes in any condition. No need for repairs, no fees, no surprises. Just an honest, easy process so you feel good about your decision. Want to talk to him? Call 816-330-6000 or go to rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
In Belton, 49 northbound, very heavy from Cass Parkway. You're just crawling up towards 163rd Street exit with a stall blocking the left lane. Kansas side, 70 eastbound, heavy from 110th Street to 435 with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back at it here on a Thursday. Thanks to Ben Maurer for joining us on the interview as he does every Wednesday here on 96.5 The Fan, or Thursday, I should say. Thursday. Landing in Liberty. By the way, our friend Rob Maloney said last night the Nebraska fans were already out and celebrating on the big deck.
Good.
At Maloney's.
Spending money in the town.
That's right.
Love it.
Sell those surf sides, baby. Sell them out. All you can do. Don't forget, if you are caller number 8, since we are 8 days away from the Chiefs' first real season game, after you hear this sounder. That's Bob Fescoe doing the cow sound, because you could get a $50 gift certificate to Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf. Shawnee Mission Ford also on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Those are our representatives for Smash or Pass here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morning. But let's get into it, because there is a game tonight, right? Nebraska, Tennessee. Nebraska, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
At Arrowhead, sold out. Dylan Raiola playing in the sanctuary of Patrick Mahomes.
God, he's got to be so excited to play.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
Hell
yeah.
That's
I
your
know
guy,
that I'm hard.
Right? That's your guy.
I'd be just excited to play at Arrowhead if I was any of those kids. A great experience,
yeah.
especially that it's going to be sold out. You know, that's the really
night
cool
game?
thing about it. Night game sold out,
ESPN.
Nebraska fans. Like, it's a big deal, right? We've seen college games in Arrowhead Stadium with no fans in there. That sucks. That's lame. Last year with Kansas, not a lot of fans were going. Playing in a stadium like that, not having a lot of fans there would stink. But playing tonight, and I know Nebraska gets big crowds all the time, but this is Arrowhead, man. You get to play in the field of the defending, AFC champion Chiefs and all this kind of great stuff. Like, should be a fun experience, especially for Cincinnati, too.
No doubt about it. And speaking of Nebraska, they're going to finally serve alcoholic beverages for the first time ever at Memorial Stadium in 2025. So Cornhusker fans get excited for that, as Troy Dannon issued his, rite of passage as to why they're doing it. The Huskers sold beer one time. It was at a Garth Brooks concert, and or 2 times, and then during that sold-out volleyball match at Memorial Stadium as well. Thus, the open preseason scrimmage served the first college football event with booze last month. The official craft beer for Nebraska athletics was announced not too long ago thereafter. Fresh Squeeze Big Red style. Meet the Cornhusker Crusher. Not a better name for a
Great beer.
Awesome.
And it goes to the NIL, too, which is cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, all
nice.
these kind of marketed beers go to the NIL.
Hell yeah.
And, vodkas and whatnot that they got going on. So there's 121,000 beers ordered for every game at Nebraska Stadium. Now, they did the math on this one. About 37,000 people are going to participate, or 77,000 people are going to participate that are roughly of drinking age.
Yep.
So approximately, you whittle it down, about 60% of those folks are going to drink. That leaves about 37,000 fans who they expect to have at least one alcoholic beer. At 121,000 beers that they're going to have for each game, that's 3.25 beers per person. Sounds to me like a challenge has been issued.
Exactly.
That's the way I look at it. Challenge issued.
Easy. That's easy.
And to go deeper, the 121,000 tall boy number applies only to beer. That doesn't necessarily include like hard seltzers or Surfside, stuff like that as well. But again, either way, I think Nebraska fans can do it if they want it bad enough. Challenge accepted is the end of the article, because 3.27, I would definitely have a Cornhusker Crusher just to have one.
Absolutely,
well done can design as well.
I will say with the math that they did too, they did not include underage students, as they shouldn't have. That's fine, but we all know what's going to be happening. So I would add some numbers. Oh, nothing.
I'll take 2 Crushers.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, where did that other one go? I have no idea.
You have 2 IDs?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
3.27. I mean, shoot, man. Me, you, Bob, and Binkley'd have double that.
Yeah.
That'd be, what, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's 6 times. That's 24. We're doing our part if we went to a game.
Binkley's
and got
bringing
a crush.
Cool Ranch Doritos on Saturday and a 6-pack.
Is that okay?
Smash.
No doubt. Cool Ranch Doritos are the number 1 chip of the world.
Yeah.
I'll die on that hill if
You
I
better
have
bring
to.
2 bags, Jay.
Or a party size. The other thing, too, is with the news yesterday, that was the engagement news of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. A bunch of, like, restaurants and little, sort of places kind of fell into the trap of using their platform and taking the other platform of the news and dwindling it into some sort of deal.
Smart.
With promo codes and whatnot. So, for instance, on DoorDash, ordering takeout so you can stream Eras Tour and Super Bowl highlights, DoorDash is offering 13% off, because of course they are, of all orders when you use the code 13 at checkout now through today at 11:59 p.m. So if you don't want to go
Pacific
out,
time. So if
Yeah.
you're out tonight and it's like midnight, 12:30, you can still get the code.
Or if you don't want to leave the house because you're a Huskers fan and you're getting ramped up and you're having a bunch of crushers, you're like, you know what, I want to get something DoorDash or something like that. 13 at the promo code, 13% off your
Nice.
DoorDash order today.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Papa John's, if you're a Papa member, Papa John's reward member, they're going to give you just $13 in rewards.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
It's like a za almost.
Yeah. And then also, Papa John's, also, if the Royals win, 40% off your order the next day.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Royals win, Papa wins. The self-proclaimed Swiftie Krispy Kreme offered free donuts for the class from 5 to 7 p.m. on the day of the engagement announcement. While you can no longer score the deal, we gave major props to their clever marketing.
That is good.
From 5 to 7 after the announcement was like, free donuts. Why not? What's better than
Come on over.
than a Krispy Kreme glazed donut fresh off the press? A free Krispy Kreme
Yes.
glazed donut fresh off the press. Remember the promo code for the Royals? Mac too young, but you know too well. The Royals got 13 hits.
13
you got free
hits.
13
I mean,
Krispy Kreme donuts in the line, dude.
We're
Like,
down 10-0, and people are chanting, "We want donuts. We want donuts."
It was crazy, man. I did it one time. Went to the Krispy Kreme on Nolan Road, which is no longer there. Got there at like 6 o'clock in the morning. 15 to 20 cars just waiting to get the free donuts, man. That was done.
How long are you willing to wait, though, for something like that? Eventually, your time is more
Just
than
once.
No, like how long are you
Oh.
willing to wait in a line?
30?
Well, if I go
I'll give it
one
30
time and
minutes.
one time only, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously, I don't want it to be an hour. They should be pumping out those donuts and stuff.
Yep.
I think Panera did a deal, too, where they were giving away, like, 13 bagels or something like that for a little bit when the Royals got hits. And then they were running out of bagels, and they're like, yeah, we're done doing this. So we continue on through Smash or Pass because Tasting Table, a wonderful article, did ice cream per state. So
Yeah,
they
this is
did
fun.
all these different ice creams for the state that they live in. Of course, Mississippi is like mud pie or whatever the hell it is. Minnesota was cookies and cream, hell of a flavor.
Smash.
Michigan was Superman. If you're wondering what that is, it's a striking blend of colors and flavors in a regular feature in Michigan Scoop Shops. Named after its resemblance to the DC superhero red, blue, and yellow costume, Superman ice cream is sure to brighten up your day.
Yeah.
The blue element is typically Blue Moon flavor, which many liken to bubblegum or marshmallows, while the red pop part tends to be a berry or cherry flavor for the yellow swirl. You'll find versions that are lemon, banana, or vanilla ice cream. Kansas was weird, right?
I never heard of this. K-Staters may know about this. Purple Pride ice cream. Mac, do you know anything?
don't.
Your sister know
I'll have to
anything
ask my
about
sister
this?
about that.
Yeah, they have a dairy farm in Manhattan at K-State. And the Call Hall Dairy Bar, and one of their flavors they call is this Purple Pride that is a K-State flavored ice cream with blueberry, and it's blueberry and milk basically made on campus. I'd like to try that. I've never heard of that ice cream before, but it sounds really, really good.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
just
then-
texted Fizzy. We'll see.
My proud state, Missouri, cookie dough.
That's a good one.
That's an awesome one.
So proud. That's my favorite ice cream flavor. It's vanilla ice cream with cookie dough balls in it.
So good.
At Dairy Queen, you throw in some Oreo pieces. Smash, smash, smash.
Sonic used to have great cookie dough ice cream. Not anymore.
Now, New Hampshire's ice cream is pumpkin. Now, that has to, nobody's going for pumpkin ice cream in, March, are they?
No, I hope not.
I mean, but unless it's one of those flavors. If you were, reminiscent of a state, if you were represented by a state of ice cream, which one would you be? Because mine is Massachusetts with the coffee ice cream. Love it to death. So that would be me.
Kentucky's is nice.
What is that?
Bourbon vanilla.
Oh,
that would be gas.
I think your father, your old man, would like it.
Yeah.
As a world-renowned producer of bourbon, Kentucky is somewhere you'll find many booze-infused ice creams. Bourbon vanilla is particularly well-flavored flavor here.
That's a good
along with
combo.
bourbon pecan and
Yeah, I like
bourbon
that.
praline. The natural smoky warmth of the liquor gives the ice cream an ultra-decadent feel, and it pairs beautifully with the flavors such as caramel, chocolate, and pecan, too.
That's good.
If you're enjoying a scoop or two of this grown-up treat at home, you could even whip up a bourbon butter sauce to drizzle on top. Good Lord, my toes just curled.
I've been known to get a scoop of ice cream and just pour whiskey over the top of it.
Because in the background, it's a female holding up a waffle cone of vanilla ice cream with Maker's Mark in the background.
Yeah,
They got Maker's Mark, man.
Yeah, I like that. What do you guys think of New Mexico's green chili ice cream?
I'm all good on that one. No thanks.
I mean, I'll try anything, but no.
Because it is Hatch chili season. I think we're coming kind of to the end. It's only like a 3-week period where you get the Hatch chilies, and I love them. But I don't know if I want that in ice cream.
Yeah, I'm good. There's a few of these that I'm like, eh.
What else don't
New
you like?
Jersey's is pistachio.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I'm in on
so
that.
you're aware of that one, obviously, being from there.
Yeah, pistachio ice cream too. I used to not like it. I love it now.
Pistachio nut is so good.
So good.
So you need to get this Dubai chocolate.
Yes,
chocolate bars. Oh, I took a picture. I was going to send it to you last night, but I forgot. But these are fantastic, man. It's got the green ice cream covered.
It looks really cool.
They're
inside.
outstanding. Yeah.
I'd have around with North Dakota. Their mango ice cream.
Yeah, that sounds good. Very refreshing.
What is New York, and I think Alaska has this as well, UBE?
Oob.
Have you had that?
No idea. No idea what that is. I just want to say oob.
Ube ice cream?
What about Rhode Island? Did you see that one?
What do they have?
It's Brickley's Coffee Oreo. That's kind of a bang of two flavors there.
I don't know. Not super in on that.
Coffee Oreo,
Caller 8, tell Mac he's awesome. You love his laugh and that his hair is beautiful, and you could be the winner of a Booth Creek Wagyu gift card of $50. It's KC's Best Steaks now with 2 locations, 95th and Null and 135th at Metcalf, and also Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. That is Smash or Pass. Coming up on the other side, Eli Drinkwitz. You don't have a quarterback, or do you? We find out tonight against Central Arkansas and discuss on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Kegs and eggs and football. Let's go.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, if you're thinking to yourself, man, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where my next career opportunity is going to come from, or maybe where I really want to have my passion. Well, let me tell you about Smart Local Number 2, the Sheet Metal Workers Union right here in Kansas City. I've been very fortunate to be members of unions since the time I was 16 years old. And right now, Smart Local Number 2, the Sheet Metal Workers Union, has a pre-apprenticeship program that you want to get involved in right now, because they start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months. And they're going to give you family health care coverage at no cost to the employee. That's a great 15-month program if you're trying to figure out what exactly it is that you'd love to do in life. And once that 15 months is over, then the apprenticeship program begins, and first-year apprentices begin earning $30 per hour when you work for Sheet Metal Workers Number 2. These guys are outstanding. And you're thinking to yourself, man, what do they do? Well, they do HVAC installation, testing and balance, HVAC service and repair, architectural sheet metal. They've created the designs on the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, the Crown at Kaufman Stadium. They do commercial kitchens as well, and there's so much career advancement involved with Sheet Metal 2. So check them out right now at sheetmetal2.org. And they welcome everyone from seasoned professionals to those with no experience at all. They offer career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while providing the tools and support you need for success. That's sheetmetal2.org.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Flooded bathroom? AC on the fritz? When things go wrong, you need reliable service fast. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter and take $50 off any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical repair over $200. The pros at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to fix the problem. Over 40 years experience, more than 8,000 five-star reviews, plus our exceptional service guarantee means you can trust Hamilton to bring comfort and calm back to your home. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
This is Creed Humphrey. Kansas City has the best fans in the world and the best bull riding team in the PBR. The Outlaws are looking to win it all this year, but they can't do it without you. I'm the chief of Outlaw Attitude, and I need you to pack the house. So buckle up and make some noise. The Outlaws are coming, and we know KC will be there with us. Come see Kansas City's next dynasty and join me at PBR Team Outlaw Days, October 3rd through 5th.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Ram Dodge Jeep in Paola. Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Belton, 49 northbound, heavy from Cass Parkway up to 163rd Street with a stall blocking the left lane. Kansas side, 70 eastbound, heavy from 110th Street into the 435 interchange. Construction has you down to 1 lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can watch every show, plus video clips and shorts, all right from your phone, desktop, or tablet. The Fan's YouTube channel at 965 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
JB, 8 o'clock hour here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Mac Morning with you as well. College football is week 1 officially tonight. Mizzou, Central Arkansas, Kansas tomorrow night against Wagner at the Booth. And then tonight is Cincinnati, Nebraska. I know that I'm hard. Yes, sir, baby. We already have the 4-leg parlay with a 20% boost on it for tonight's game, as it is all Dylan Raiola in the house that Mahomes continues to thrive in. Nebraska -6.5. Dane Key, 60 more yards receiving, over 51.5. Dylan Raiola, 2 touchdown passes, and Dylan Raiola, 250 or more. They're all going to be watching. Put on a show, kid. 19-year-old lookalike of Patrick Mahomes. Why not be Patrick Mahomes in the house of Patrick Mahomes?
Well, he has a great opportunity as well if he's going to be Patrick Mahomes and continue to look like him and dress like him and speak like him and act like him and, do everything like him. He has an opportunity in front of a big audience tonight, too, because it's ESPN. And a lot of people will be watching just because for a lot of people, if it's on ESPN, they're going to watch. It's easy to find. We know where it is. It's a football game. People are excited about it. It's sold out. But this kid has an opportunity to really take people like me who think he's a fraud and change their minds about, who he is and what he is. Because right now, I look at him as a guy that is a Patrick Mahomes imposter. And so that's my impression of him. I watch him tonight. He goes out there and does some great things. Like, all right, he's kind of his own kid and whatnot. So I think he has an opportunity to kind of assert himself. But they're going to talk about the Mahomes comparisons all night long. And that's not fair to that kid, though, because there's going to be the expectation that he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. But also, too, he's kind of given himself the the opportunity to look like Patrick Mahomes. So the conversation is going to be there. And in this day and age in NIL where these guys are getting paid money, the expectation is a lot different than it used to be.
I think it's also more important than just trying to put the haters down of him trying to look like Mahomes. I think it's also the expectations of what Nebraska football has kind of gotten back into the limelight. Like, I know every year people will say, well, it's always Nebraska's year. No, they have a five-star recruit quarterback into their system. They have Matt Rule in their system, eggs, and football, and they have, a new slate. Like, he started last year. They started off hot. Then they kind of dissipated, throughout the season. This year, Cincinnati, different conferences, and it's in Arrowhead. So it's a nationally televised game. If Nebraska is going to live up to the hype, start off right out of the chute, because we talked about what happened with K-State, right? They got a Dublin. They kind of had a dud. Father and brother are fighting of the starting quarterback for K-State after the game. It turned into a whole blank show. Tonight, if Nebraska is that team of promise that we've kind of heard of the tea leaves of, like, don't sleep on the Cornhuskers this year. Big opportunity tonight against Cincinnati as you play in Arrowhead Stadium, sold out on ESPN, in front of a lot of people watching, because, look, it's Thursday night. This is the last Thursday before football officially kicks off in the NFL. Obviously, next Thursday will be Dallas and Philadelphia, game 1. And then Friday is 8 days away from the Kansas City Chiefs kicking things off. But first, before we continue, shout out to Frank, the winner of the Booth Creek Wagyu.
There you go, Frank.
There you go. So shout out to Frank the Tank.
I like this opening, though, because it's a Big 12 versus a Big 10 school, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Like 10 years ago, it wasn't that way at all. Neither team were in the leagues that they're in right now. And so things
one
have
was
changed.
actually in the Big 12.
Yeah, Nebraska. Yeah, that's right. Nebraska was in the Big 12. Cincinnati, I don't remember where they were, but Conference USA or whatever it was. I mean, they jumped around a lot also. But I think, it's a good game because it's Power Fours that are meeting against each other, because I don't consider the Pac-12 a power anymore, so it's the Power Four conferences, and they're having this game, and it's a good way for kind of Nebraska to get onto the stage. They've been, for all intents and purposes, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, they've been pretty much a irrelevant program since the mid to late 90s when I was in college in Lawrence, and I remember finally beating Nebraska, and what an awesome feeling that was for a lot of people who had never seen that before at the University of Kansas. And so that was so much fun being down on the field. We beat Nebraska. It was great. But Nebraska hasn't been that power in a very long time, and Nebraska fans want their football team to be back. And so we'll see if this is Nebraska starting to, get that crawl back up to the top, or if Nebraska's just going to be an 8-4 team basically for the rest of eternity, because they're wedged in that Big Ten conference, which is so hard to compete in with Ohio States and Michigans of the world. And, some of these other schools in the Big Ten now from coast to coast makes it very difficult. So Nebraska goes out there tonight. You beat Cincinnati. You have a convincing win on opening night, national audience. Everybody's paying attention. People will buy into Nebraska. That's the beauty and the downfall, quite honestly, of these early season standalone games. Everybody's watching, and if you go out there and you nail it and you have a great performance, you can carry that for a couple of weeks into the regular season. You continue to win, and everybody's on the bandwagon. You lose these opening night games, it's hard to bounce back. Like, K-State's got an uphill battle the rest of the way because they lost a big-time game to a conference opponent. So they're already 2 games behind Iowa State, and the season's a day old, So you got the beauty of it, and you've got the downfall of these standalone games. The winner makes out so good in a game like tonight.
Also tonight, Mizzou is playing Central Arkansas, and they will have quarterback in the first half and quarterback in the second half. Here's the man that rides the ship, Eli Drinkwitz, on that.
I felt like both quarterbacks played really well, really since the spring. I think they've both established a leadership with the team, as evidenced by both being voted captains, and just didn't feel like I could make a decision without a little bit more information. And I didn't want to rush the decision. I think the decision of the starting quarterback for me personally is something that I'm going to have a lot of conviction about. And I felt like both of those guys, like I said, have played winning football throughout camp, and I have a lot of confidence that both can execute at a high level. So really the only other thing to measure was to put them in live competition. Nowadays, I'm never going to do that in practice. Just because of the nature of college football now and the investments that we have in those positions. So the ability to play live football Thursday night, the ability to watch these guys prepare, see how they handle the preparation, I felt like was the best course of action, and that was the decision. Done that before, worked out pretty good.
So we'll see how things go tonight between Bo and Sam. Those are the two quarterbacks. Sam Horn will start the second half. Bo the first half.
Okay.
The transfer. But we'll see. But I don't understand how you don't know who your quarterback is going into the first game of the year. And obviously Central Arkansas, the Missouri Tigers are 36.5-point favorites, so it shouldn't be a huge concern. But I don't.
I kind of love and hate a statement all at the same time. I hate the fact, he's talking, I'm thinking, be a leader, make a hard decision, because that's what leaders have to do.
Yep.
The true test of leadership is not just being there at work and, hey, rah, rah, rah. The best leaders show their true colors when situations are difficult. And it sure sounds like it's a difficult situation for Eli Drinkwitz to pick who he wants to be the starting quarterback. I mean, you could hear him kind of struggle with it. And at first I was like, well, if you have two, it means you don't have one. And that usually is kind of where we are. But then he says both of these guys are voted captains by their teammates, which tells you these are quality individuals out there, right? So I hate the fact that they're going in and he's the leader and he hasn't made that decision. But he followed it up immediately before I even could say be a leader and go out there and make the hard decision. He goes, I need more information. And that's the sign of a leader as well. You go out there and you don't make rash decisions, right? You get all the information from all of the people around you, and then you make that decision. And if he feels like he hasn't gotten all of the information that he needs to truly pick that starting quarterback, and he wants to use this game as kind of the litmus test and the deciding factor, kind of using it as a quote-unquote preseason game, I guess I don't necessarily hate that. He really talked me out of hating the fact that we're splitting time with both of these quarterbacks and really got me to think, no, he's actually doing what a leader is supposed to do. I'm not ready to make the decision because I don't have the information. And so until I get all the information where I truly feel convicted, I can't pick one of these starting quarterbacks. And maybe we'll see that kind of come to fruition in a game against Central Arkansas and see what happens. But after this game, you got to name a starting quarterback. But for this game, I get where he's coming from, man, and I appreciate the fact that he isn't making a rash decision on this one.
Either way, their season starts tonight. Nebraska's starts tonight. KU's has already started. They'll play again tomorrow night against Wagner at the Booth in Lawrence. Coming up on the other side, a Bobby Wood Jr. stat plus the top 10 players entering the NFL season this year. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it is a big weekend. Football is going on, and it's Labor Day as well. And it's also Thursday, and that means steak day at Hy-Vee. Every Thursday at Hy-Vee, you're going to get that delicious steak perfectly seasoned with garlic mashed potatoes and sweet corn for only $12. That's what's taking place today at Hy-Vee. So it is steak night. Make sure you take advantage of that. And then it's Labor Day weekend, and that's where you got to go for all of your Labor Day goodies, right? You got to go to Hy-Vee. They've got all your grilling favorites like prime reserve beef, chicken grillers, their specialty brats, and we're talking about the Chiefs home opener on September 5th. You got to get to Hy-Vee to get some of that new Chiefs gear and pick up your favorite watch party treats like those amazing Chiefs-themed cookies that they have with Andy Reid's face on them. I love those. So Labor Day weekend, steak night tonight at Hy-Vee. Football starting next week at Arrowhead. Get all of your fall needs, all of your football needs only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When we're young, we take things for granted, like getting out of bed or even walking downstairs. But as we age, our knees and back and hips may start to prevent us from doing those normal everyday activities. And in the back of our minds, we're thinking, hey, this pain's going to go away. But nothing changes. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with the medical pros at QC Kinetics. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. They turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. So bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free no-pressure chat and through evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Grab the phone right now and give them a call. Appointments available on Saturday, 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-548-6839. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-548-6839. 800-548-6839. 800-548-6839.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Vanna White. I'm so excited to tell you about the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. You could win up to $25,000 instantly, or enter non-winning tickets into Play On for a chance to win a VIP trip to Los Angeles to play in the Mega Money Maker event on the set of Wheel of Fortune. You could win some big money, so go ahead, scratch and win with the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Felton, 49 northbound, recovering. Earlier problem at 163rd, off to the shoulder. Now just off again, on again, slow stuff coming up from Missouri 58. Kansas side 70, eastbound heavy from 110th Street to 435. Construction has you down to one lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Let the beat drop on a Thursday. Coming up a little bit later, dive more into what the Rashee Rice suspension was yesterday. Obviously, the 6 games. Take it, get over it, rip the Band-Aid off. But last night, the Royals victorious, 12-1, right? Absolute show of offense. Bobby Witt Jr. was amazing with a huge hit. And Ryan Burgett, great arm. What a guy they found. Because for a lot of years, the Royals just could not develop pitching. And by God, are they doing something with pitching, because this guy, Ryan Burgett, has been great, or the Burger we like to call him. And last night, gave up the solo home run early on, and then really nothing ever after that.
That was it.
And
that was it for the White Sox yesterday.
Then the Royals kind of put a massacre of runs together, right? Like, I think they went up 6-1, and the White Sox like, all right, well, we don't have a chance now. Let's just mail this thing in. And the Royals took advantage. They win. Seattle did win yesterday. San Diego almost came back, had a guy at third with a one-run game with 2 outs, couldn't knock him in. But again, you say 3 games out of the wild card. And I thought it was interesting because talking to Vern a couple weeks ago in the press box about Bobby Witt Jr. and how it's crazy how people will say he's had an off season. Which to me is, I guess it's fine if you're holding to an expectation that he had last year where he finished runner-up in the MVP. He will finish third, as of right now at least, in the MVP voting this year. Bobby Witt Jr., 155 hits and 521 at-bats. That's a 298 average for those of you that still care about average. But his slash line, 354, 501 slug, and an OPS of 855, 74 RBIs, 34 stolen bases, and a slew of doubles as well. Bobby Witt Jr. on the year last year had 211 hits. Really great year, 332. The slash line, 389, 588, 977. This year, 298 average, 354, 501, 655 is the standard, always going to be that 2024 season. Kind of like the standard for Mahomes for a lot of people was that first season as a starter where he threw for 50 and 5,000. And if he doesn't throw for at least 45 touchdowns and 4,800 yards, it's not a typical Mahomes year. Now, again, these guys have built themselves into superstars because of their production, because sometimes that merits those type of things. But Bobby Witt Jr., 41 doubles, 4 triples, 19 home runs, and 34 stolen bases. So, again, 3 ahead of his stolen bases last year, 49 in his first year, really as a starter when he came in here as a Kansas City Royal. But again, well, I guess second year as a starter. But Bobby Witt Jr. in the last 2 years, or last year and this year, will finish top 3 in the MVP voting. Going to be hard for him to win one because guys like Aaron Judge exist, guys like Cal Raleigh this year exist, hitting 50 home runs and doing their thing. But are we going to start putting Mahomes or Bobby Witt Jr. in this sort of category where if he doesn't hit 332 or have 211 hits, which led the entire baseball world in hits last year, is that where they're going to hold him accountable to? Because he hasn't won the MVP. Mahomes did win the MVP his MVP season. There was nobody that deserved it more than him because of the numbers that he put up. But Bobby Witt Jr. is going to finish in the top 3 in F4, which is now the stat that a lot of nerds enjoy. And he's going to do that in back-to-back years. He's going to finish in the top 3 in MVP in back-to-back years. And the reason that this team fights, and again, 15 or 16 game hitting streak, the last guy to do that for the Kansas City Royals, I think, was like Mike Sweeney. And other guys to do that are like David DeJesus as well, like goes way, way back. But you think about guys like this, like Bobby Witt Jr., why this team is good and why this team's reputation has changed. It's guys like Bobby Witt, because since he came up, they gave him the contract 2 years ago. He has produced, and the guy's probably going to hit 300. He's probably going to have 45 doubles, going to have 20 home runs, going to steal 40 bases. I mean, nails every single year, but the standard is what? Is it 2024, or is it we just have the greatest baseball player on the planet right now?
Well, I think with Bobby Witt Jr., it's much different in baseball than it is in football. Football is a national sport. Baseball is a provincial, regional sport. And the way that Bobby Witt gets the recognition, it's different than in the NFL. In the NFL, you don't necessarily have to be a top team for everybody to know you're a top player because everybody's watching every game, whether you're watching Red Zone or however the case may be. With baseball, unless you're a winning team, there's a lot of people outside of your city that don't pay that much attention to you and to what you're doing. You know, the Yankees, they're the Yankees. Cal Raleigh's having an insane season right now in Seattle. Both of those teams are playoff teams right now. The Royals were a playoff team last year, but Aaron Judge, again, he had that type of season. I think for Bobby Witt to win the MVP, and this is going to sound harsh, the Royals have to jump out from the start, lead the division, never let it go, and he has to have a season like he did last year. And that, I feel like, is the baseball way of him getting the MVP because, again, it's not the NFL. There aren't people sitting around every single day watching every baseball game for every team like a lot of us do in the NFL. Now, the NFL has the advantage. It's 1 day a week. It's compact. It's noon. It's at 3. You see everything by the time you go to bed that night, basically, for the entire week of the league. And so everybody has a good feel of what's going on in the NFL, who may be the best players and all that kind of stuff. In baseball, it's a lot harder because we don't have that national sport like we used to when baseball was the national pastime. And so I think for Bobby to win it, call it unfair, however you want to say it, That Royals team has to start hot. They have to be in first place. They have to lead the division. He has to play like it's 2024. And then I think he gets the opportunity to be the MVP. But until they do that, everybody's just going to default to Aaron Judge. As long as he continues to produce like this, it's like the default. I'll just go with Aaron Judge again. I'll just go with Aaron. Oh, Cal Raleigh's hitting 50 homers. All right, we'll shift our vote there because this is a catcher who nobody's ever hit 50 home runs at that position before. So they're going to shift their attention there. It's ridiculous. Bobby Witt basically has to climb in baseball, Mount Everest, to get the ability to be the MVP because of the fact that they're not leading from wire to wire. And you're not the Yankees, and you're not the Cubs, and you're not the Dodgers. You know, those are the teams that get that kind of attention. Bobby's here, and so he has to go above and beyond to get that national attention that some of these other guys just automatically get.
So far in his young career, Bobby Witt Jr. finished 4th in Rookie of the Year in his first year, finished 7th in MVP voting in his second year, 2nd in MVP voting, and an All-Star Gold Glover last year, and this year was an All-Star. Will finish top 3 in MVP and possibly another Gold Glove. So at least we're getting the enjoyment.
Yeah, and for us, it's great. Like, we get to watch it, and if he doesn't get the MVP and the Nationals don't recognize, you know, kind of what he's done and what he's doing, you know, and really how he's been the catalyst in turning an organization around, hey, then so be it. It doesn't take away from our enjoyment watching him every night. Like, you just knew last night with the bases loaded and 2 out in a tie game at 1-1 with Bobby at the plate, you knew he was going to come through. And that's enjoyment for us, you know? I'd love to see him get the MVP. But again, you have to convince baseball fans or baseball writers, I should say, because it's just the writers for whatever reason. The broadcasters don't get a vote in this. It's just the mustard-stained shirt dorks that vote for this. You have to convince those folks that are just going to go Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh. He's a pretty good player here in the middle of the country.
Be kind of interesting, too, because last year I think a lot of people in the New York press were like, well, Aaron Judge is the best one. Look at his stats. He almost won the Triple Crown. There was no argument. Bobby Witt Jr. could have won it, but the fact that he got 0 first-place votes was the shocker. Do you think this year, if Aaron Judge wins it, like, we'll then finally get fatigue of Aaron Judge? Because Cal Raleigh's doing things that, you know, catching, switch hitter.
I don't see how Aaron Judge right now can beat Cal Raleigh out, dude. I really don't, because you're making the case right here.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you just said. Like, Aaron Judge hasn't played in the field since like May, it feels like, right? Like he's not been out there every single day. He's not been the level that he was last year. Obviously, that's tough to do. Cal Raleigh is doing stuff that we've never seen before and leading his team right now anyway into the postseason. To me, he is the MVP. Whose at-bats are we watching all the time now in baseball? Everybody's watching Cal Raleigh's at-bats. And somebody tweeted out yesterday, which I thought was really funny, can't wait for ESPN to break into all these college football games with Cal Raleigh updates like they did with Aaron Judge updates last year. You know, everybody was mad when they were breaking in on Aaron Judge and he was chasing the home run race. Let's see it with Cal Raleigh because he's chasing it right now, too. He's having himself one hell of a career or a season. And without Cal Raleigh, the Mariners aren't in this thing right now. They're not in the playoff chase. And so I think people are going to use that. And hopefully the Aaron Judge fatigue, you know, doesn't get the votes this year. And if you're going to vote for somebody, vote for Cal Raleigh because that guy is having a historic season that we've never, ever even come close to seeing before.
Yeah, your awards for the season as of right now with about, I don't know, a month left, you'd
I think
say.
it's 29 games, I said, we got.
Aaron Judge, minus 120 to win the MVP of the American League. Cal Raleigh, minus 110. National League is Shohei Ohtani is the clear-cut favorite at minus 8,000. The next closest, Kyle Schwarber at plus 1,300.
And then he'll sell you a house in Hawaii.
Yes. Your Cy Young Award winners in the American League, Tarek Skubal is minus 125. Garrett Crochet right on his tails at plus 100. And then the Cy Young, Paul Skeens, minus 5,000. Christopher Sanchez is plus 1,200. Yeah, so that one's over. Another award that is over is Nick Kurtz, minus 20,000 to win Rookie of the Year. The next closest is Roman Anthony at plus 1,800.
Holy.
Yeah. I owe Kramer lunch for that one. He called that about 2 months ago that Nick Kurtz would win the MVP, and this is when he was like plus 550.
Did he get some money in on that, I hope?
No, I'm going to take him to lunch because that was our bet. And then in the National League, Kate Horton, plus 150. Isaac Collins, 185 are the two favorites over there as well. So, again, maybe Tarek Skubal finishes third and Bobby finishes fourth in the MVP voting, but at least you have to say, and the next 3 to 5 years, Bobby Wood Jr. is always going to be a top 5 MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Whether you think he's having a down year or not, it depends on what standards you're holding him to. Are you holding to, 325, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases, 35 doubles, all that sort of stuff, or what he has just always shown to do, which is lead the league in a category, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Led the league last year in hits at 211, and led the baseball in an average of 332 in the American League. The year before that, triples, led the league. Also led the league in caught stealing only 15 times, stole 49 bases. This year, he leads the league at doubles at 41. And continues to play one hell of a defensive shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. So we will see what Bobby Wood Jr. does as the Royals make this push, because as we've heard Q and Vern and JJ and all these guys say, this team goes the way Bobby Wood Jr.
No
goes.
doubt.
And right now, Bobby Wood Jr. is going very, very good right now for the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, he's your catalyst. I don't know the answer to that question, because I want to say, look, we, the collective we, the football world, whatever it is, I'm not a stat guy, as you know, but I do believe that the football world holds Patrick Mahomes up to that 55,000 standard. Like every year, well, he had 50 and 5,000 and whatnot. I'm like, okay, that was a different time. That was a different era. That was a different, football team that he played on, but yet everybody holds him to that standard. Are we supposed to do that with a baseball player? Because I think it's harder in baseball to live up to that kind of standard than it is in football.
Right, because Ohtani's about to win his 3rd MVP in a row.
He pitched 5 innings yesterday. Everybody lost their minds now, too.
So he's going to win again. There's no voting fatigue there. Judge going to win. Baseball's Cy Young's going to be Tarek Skubal in the AL. The NL is not going to be Chris Sale this year. It'll be Paul Skeens. But obviously there is no fatigue in baseball, obviously, because it's going to be Ohtani and Judge. Kind of like Mike Trout's first, 5 years? He finished top 3 MVP in the first 5 years or something like that. And then injuries obviously plague, so hopefully stay away from that. We move on to football because Fox Sports has ranked their top 10 overall players entering the 2025 NFL season. Do you guys want to take a stab at who number 1 is?
Well, I would say it's Patrick Mahomes and everybody else, but I know that's not the right answer.
Mahomes is 3rd on this list. The 2 names in front of him are Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. The reigning and defending MVPs of the league. Lamar Jackson, number 1. Josh Allen, number 2. Patrick Mahomes, as mentioned, number 3, followed by Myles Garrett and Saquon Barkley to top out your top 5 of the NFL's top 10 of Fox Sports.
Right. This is according to the NFL writing staff for Fox Sports, and I would go back to them and go, this is why you're a writer and not in the front office. But if you were in the front office of an organization, are you really taking Lamar and Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes? No. Ask yourself that. That's the say it out loud test that I do for these all the time. Everybody wants to have a hot take. Everybody wants something different. I saw the Super Bowl logo today. It's green and purple, so that means the Eagles and Ravens will probably be in the Super Bowl.
No, it means it's going to be the Jets and the Vikings.
Oh, God, that would be great if it was.
We're all Vikings fans that day.
I mean, the Jets and Vikings in the Super Bowl would break the world. 2 teams that have no history of success.
Could you imagine that as your Super Bowl matchup? All right, on the main stage, we got J.J. McCarthy and Justin Fields.
Oh, God. Like, the NFL wouldn't allow that to happen. But anyway, so that's why I asked. Like, if you're going to start a team, not one sane individual is taking anybody over Patrick Mahomes if they were starting a team. And so the best overall players, Lamar and Josh are great. I love both of them. I love Lamar like he's my son, like he's Alex Gold. Josh, I don't, whatever. He's our rival and whatnot, and I don't want to see him have all that success. But they're not better than Patrick Mahomes when it comes to winning. They're awesome, but they're not better than Patrick Mahomes. There's nobody better than Patrick Mahomes.
Hard Knocks is making it really hard for me not to like Josh Allen. The
I
man crush is getting big because I watched episode 3 last night, and they were playing the Bears in a joint practice. And he's like,
I watched this too.
He's like, why are their jerseys blue?
Yeah.
And then the guy next to him was like, because we're in white and they're in blue. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just a dumb idiot.
He's like, oh yeah, it's not a scrimmage. My bad.
He's like, no, we're not. Yeah, it's like
we're not playing each other or playing ourselves.
He's like, we're playing the Bears in a practice. It's like, come on, Josh. To round out the top 10, number 6, Justin Jefferson. Number 7, Jamar Chase. Number 8, Joe Burrow. Again, that was one LSU college football team.
It's crazy.
The greatest offense we've ever seen in college sports. And then Tristan Wirfs is 9, and Patrick Surtain, the second, is 10.
I like we got Tristan Wirfs at number 9. I think that's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Honestly, I like the 10 guys that are in this. The order could be changed. Like, obviously, Mahomes needs to be 1. Jefferson could be higher, but the guys are good.
I think you could put Burrow and Myles Garrett and switch those, or I think you could switch Joe Burrow and Saquon Barkley.
I find it hard to have guys that aren't quarterbacks on the top of that list when you have this collection of Lamar, Josh, Patrick, and Joe.
Because you look at Cleveland, like Myles Garrett's the best player on that roster, and one of the reasons why they are successful or in the hunt of anything is because of what Myles Garrett brings to the defensive side of that football. Saquon Barkley goes to Philadelphia last year, kind of got them over the hump and led them to a Super Bowl victory and led Jalen Hurts to have a much more relaxed season. He could lean on even more than A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and company.
Of the top 8, because I'm not including 9 and 10 because it's defense and left linemen.
Yeah.
Of the top 8, which guys are not on this team next year, or in the top 8 next year?
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, it's the only one.
See, I'm going to say Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I guess there's a chance. Those are the two
Based
chances.
on his career arc, that's all I'm going on. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. So
because we know Burrow and Chase are staying put. Chase just got signed. Justin Jefferson got signed a couple years ago. He's staying put. Mahomes ain't leaving. Allen ain't leaving, and Lamar ain't leaving.
That's right.
So you're left with Myles Garrett and Saquon Barkley.
Myles Garrett did just get signed, but
huge contract.
They could trade him. Yeah,
Right.
so we could take it.
But I just mean not on their team, but like in the top 8 next year.
Sorry. Okay.
I will still take Myles Garrett.
I would probably take Saquon. I think I agree with you, Bob. I think I would take Saquon. Yeah, sorry, misunderstood the question. Yeah. I mean, last year was just so incredible. You can't top what you did last year. It's kind of like you mentioned with the 50 and 5,000. We're all going to be waiting for 2,000 yards from Saquon, and it ain't going to happen
See,
again.
I'll take the under on everything for Saquon Barkley this year. Just because, again, his career arc has shown us that. We've seen what happens the year after a Super Bowl with a lot of people not in Kansas City. They tend to take a step backwards. And so for me, while this is how Las Vegas gets built, everybody's probably throwing their money at the overs for Saquon this year. I would take a step back, and I would say I would take the – now, I could be completely wrong, and Saquon may prove me wrong. But, again, I've got a body of work to judge on. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. And now everybody's gunning for you. And I know the Super Bowl didn't go our way. Saquon Barkley was useless in that Super Bowl. Steve Spagnuolo shut him down. So if you're a defensive coordinator, why aren't you taking those plays – that Steve Spagnuolo had in the Super Bowl against Saquon Barkley and use that all season long when you're getting ready to face the Philadelphia Eagles? Because if the Chiefs can make Saquon Barkley a non-factor, other defensive coordinators may have the ability to do that as well.
Or the Chiefs fell right into their plan.
Could be, yeah.
They think we're going to use Saquon. Yeah. We're not. We're going to let we're going to let Jalen Hurts do his thing. Speaking of doing their thing, the University of North Carolina head football coach Bill Belichick and his girlfriend Jordan Hudson are looking to spin critics of their relationship into a successful business venture. According to the guy, Darren Ravel, Belichick and Hudson filed a trademark for the term gold digger with the intention of using it to produce a line of jewelry and keychains. Gold digger is one of many trademark filings made from Belichick and his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, including Chapel Bill.
I do like Chapel Bill. That's cool.
Chapel Bill's cool.
Bellustrator. Trail of Salty Tears. I'm
not a fan of that one. That's got a bad
tough.
connotation.
Yeah,
man.
don't like that.
That's no.
No Days Off and the Belichick Way. Those are all sort of things. But Belichick, again, 73, is about to embark on his first season as head coach at North Carolina after winning 6 Super Bowls as head coach of New England Patriots from 2000 to 2023. Thank you for the stat there, Darren Ravel. We appreciate that. But there's just no chance that I'm ever going to buy any jewelry. And, that's not something that you lean into. Dirty Werewolf is funny and kind of interesting, but, Gold Digger, that's you're admitting what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a bad look for her.
That's the definition of leaning into it. You're a heel. Okay, I'm going to lean into a heel role. You're a babyface. I'm going to lean into the babyface. You're biased. You're a homer. Lean into that. Leaning into the fact that you are doing this for money, I'm not into that. I don't think that's a good, whatever, do your thing, I guess, whatever makes you happy in life, but I don't think that's the one I would lean into.
Well, I just
Trail of Salty Tears.
Yeah, that's really
that's a bad taste. The whole thing's in bad taste.
Do a history lesson at Chapel Bill.
Yeah, the whole thing is just disgusting, quite honestly. And I don't think there's anybody in football, college or pro, that's under more scrutiny this year than Bill Belichick is going to be. He better win right away. You play Monday night, right? That's your first game. You got a lot of alums. We've heard it. They're embarrassed by what's going on down there, whether they should be or not. Look, they've sold out every game. People are excited about it. But when the money people get embarrassed and they start complaining and they start, talking about all of that kind of stuff, I'm sure a guy like Bill Belichick has to be concerned that he is on a little bit of shaky ground. And if they don't win right away, then all of this stuff that he's doing and all of this circus that's taking place, it's very Les Miles-ish from what he did at the University of Kansas to me. This is kind of what this reminds me of. And I think when I look at Bill Belichick right now, you better come out of the gate fast. You better win right away, because the alumni base is not going to put up with all of that nonsense and embarrassing their school if you're not getting them wins on top of that. So I think it's a crunch time, if you will, for Bill Belichick. He's got to win right away. There is no grace period out there for him right now. It's just really weird to see this guy and the way that he's changed and the way that he's gone from this buttoned-up NFL head coach that was arguably the greatest of all time to some guy who's chasing a 26-year-old girlfriend around and doing everything she says.
Coming up on the other side, this guy chased around a girl but finally put a ring on it. Now he's having one hell of a week, and there also are props. That's right. Wedding props for Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. We'll dive into how funny this is on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out, because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style. Like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall, like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Rally House. Shop every team in town. College and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State. Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House. Rally House. It's your city, it's your house. It's a Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure where to start? Selling a home can feel overwhelming, especially if you're facing foreclosure, a divorce, an inherited property you don't want, or just need to move quickly. But you don't have to figure it out alone. Rex Buys KC is here to help. As a local home buyer, I understand the Kansas City market inside and out. My family and I live right here, so I know the neighborhoods, the trends, and the challenges homeowners face. That's why I take a consultative approach, helping you explore your options and find the best path forward. We buy houses in any condition, no need for repairs, no agent commissions, and no hidden fees. You'll receive a fair cash offer with a closing timeline that works for you. Whether that's in as little as 7 days or at your own pace, just a simple, hassle-free process designed around your needs. If you're ready to talk through your options, call me today at 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Let's find the right solution for you. Rex Buys KC. Local, fair, and focused on you.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code,
summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule,
and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-548-6839. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-548-6839. 800-548-6839. 800-548-6839.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsighc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Kansas side 70 eastbound, heavy approaching 435, getting into a construction zone when you're down to 1 lane. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber, is different than a lot of plumbers out there. They don't overpromise and underdeliver. They do what they say they will. So call Connolly Plumbing Solutions at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back at it in the 8 o'clock hour here on 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty, Mac, all with you. Shout out to my guy Dylan, who just absolutely freaked out the boss, Steven Spector. So my guy Dylan, who listens to the show daily, loves the show. We appreciate you. Heard us talking about deer meat the other day. Said he had a bunch that he was willing to give to me because I love making deer chili, some deer loin in there, some deer sausage. So when the first Chiefs game happens Friday night, cut the deer sausage up, get some cheese and crackers, hang it down.
Nice.
And then Spec comes in here with the bag of it because we're doing the show, and he goes, "A bunch of deer meat from a guy named Dylan. Are you expecting this?" Like, seeing his face holding the deer meat, I never thought Spectre would ever do that in his life. What a joy that was. Never had venison probably in his life.
No, he has. We were talking about it, and I said, "Have you ever had deer?" Because I think maybe one time I had some deer jerky or something. It's never been something that I've been interested. I don't know why. I just haven't. You know.
So if I make deer chili with that meat and I bring it in, would you try it?
I would absolutely try it. Yeah, I just never been in that. Like I've had elk chili. I find elk to be awesome. I don't know if you've ever had elk before.
Not.
Oh my
I would love
God,
to try it.
Elk chili. You talk about something that's really good. Elk chili was out of this world. So
I can't wait.
I'd be willing to try. Yeah, I have no problem trying. I've just never been in a situation where somebody. I was somewhere. Maybe it was this summer, and somebody had a piece of deer, and I had a piece of. It was what it was.
It wasn't for you.
Yeah.
But no, I'll make it. Obviously, I'm going to wait till it gets colder. I'm not going to make it and be like, "Hey, it's an 85-degree day. Here, try this chili." Like, I hated it. But when it's like 30 degrees outside, you're like, "Oh, you made that deer chili? Bring it in. I'll try it." You'll enjoy it. It's hard to distinguish, like, when you're eating the ground beef and you're eating the deer. Like, I don't know. The venison, it's a great binder for the chili. So shout out to Dylan. Thank you very much for doing a nice thing for somebody, because it will change my day, week, and month and year, because I will plan on eating that in its entirety. Kelsey having a pretty good week as he partnered with American Eagle with his True Colors brand.
Spent way too much time on this website yesterday. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, so he's that collaboration. I know I've worn the sweater before. You've probably seen the True Colors. It's like a throwback vintage look. And now we'll be partnered with American Eagle. So engagement, article of clothing being sold. Obviously, that stuff will probably sell quickly off the shelves and probably rather expensive, I would assume.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because that's what I thought, right? And so I clicked on like the press release from American Eagle. And the stuff starts at $14.95, and the highest priced item, take a guess what you think the highest priced item is going to be in this Travis Kelce collection.
$110.
$179.
Okay.
So
that's how much the sweatshirt was.
I thought we were going to see, I didn't know what we were going to
$250, $300 pair of jeans, stuff like that.
all that kind of stuff, right? Like stuff that you look at, you go, it doesn't even look that good, and I'm not paying that kind of price. I was looking at some website yesterday, a pair of sneakers for like $360 or something. Like, are you kidding me? People are paying this kind of stuff. But Travis's stuff is actually very, very affordable for what I expected, it to be. And so I'm actually kind of excited about this. He's got this flannel kind of shirt that he has that I kind of like, and I was looking at that. It's like $79. That's not bad. That's what you're paying for a pair of bird dog shorts anyway. And then the best part about this, if you order online, you can afterpay it 4 easy payments of $20.
Yeah, of course. There it is. Big afterpay guy over there.
Why not? I mean, they're offering it to me. Why not do it that way,
You
right?
can also do that with your DoorDash as well. You can eat it, and 3 days later you can pay for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the week they had, so offshore betting threw out a bunch of odds yesterday of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's story revolving their wedding. Kind of funny because they give you odds on like bachelor party, bachelorette party, best man, best or bridesmaid.
Well, the best man's
honeymoon.
Jason.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Yeah, the odds for Jason to be the best man are insane.
It's about as high as Paul Skeensby, NL Cy Young. But bachelor party for Travis Kelce is favorited at Las Vegas at plus 175. The other names on the list are Miami, Austin, New Orleans, Nashville, San Diego.
Good spot.
They got a house. If Andy Reid will let them rent it out, no chance.
No.
Hey, Andy, can I borrow the house in Dana Point for the bachelor party? No.
No, thank you. The bachelorette party for Taylor Swift, the favorite again, Las Vegas, but then New York City, Los Angeles, Nashville, and Austin. Glad to see Nashville because that's what I called yesterday.
Yeah.
So plus 500 for Nashville, plus 200 for Las Vegas.
I like the sneaky one, Napa. It's 16-1 for a bachelorette party. That feels like good odds to me. I don't know why, but that one just kind of stands out a little bit for me on that one.
Charleston also could be a sleeper at plus 2,000.
Could be.
Then their honeymoon odds. Leading the way is Hawaii, followed by Europe, the Caribbean, Florida, Asia, South America, Africa, and then New Orleans.
Why is New Orleans on the list?
Where's Lake of the Ozarks?
No doubt. Bachelor party.
My bad.
Not honeymoon.
My fault.
That wasn't on the bachelor party list either.
No, it
Interesting. Yeah, wait, New Orleans.
And maybe because of the Super Bowl they lost, so you got to go back and get revenge.
Yeah,
I don't
refreshing.
know.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm going to bet on the honeymoon, I'm going to go two different ways. I'm going to either go Africa or Asia.
Mm-hmm.
North
see Asia.
America,
Right, you could
South
see Asia,
America,
right?
Yeah, for sure. I could definitely see that.
You could see also Africa as well. Like I could see them on like a safari. I'm just thinking of like something that is extremely awesome that you and I would probably never get the opportunity to do. Like I could see them on like a safari or somewhere, some islands in Asia or something like that. Like. And then that place becomes the biggest spot to go to in the world,
yes,
right?
Yes, it's a spot in a nook of a country no one knows about, and all of a sudden blows up.
That's right, and everybody wants to go to wherever now because that's where Taylor and Travis had their
Well, you
honeymoon.
saw yesterday probably in every jewelry store that you could follow, they were like pushing engagement rings. They had like her style in there.
Makes sense.
Just keep going with the trend. The marriage date, which I thought was interesting. Yes, on or before July 4th, 2026, minus 120, or no, after July 4th, minus 120. July 4th.
Well,
is that a popular wedding day to get married on the 4th of July?
I think the way that I interpret it is that around the football calendar. Like, if you don't get married by July 4th, odds of Andy Reid showing up probably not good. Patrick, all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. So, that makes sense.
Because to me, if you're not going to do it before football next year and during that summer part, then you got to wait an entire calendar because you can't do it during the season because of
Andy and your guys there. Come on.
Yeah. But that's the other one. How many current or former NFL players will be in Kelce's wedding party? And the number's at 1.5. Jason's a lock. Do you think there will be a second person in the wedding party that is a current or former NFL player?
Yes, Mahomes.
I think that's the leader, right? I don't know who else it would be.
I do.
Olsen?
No. Who's that former tight end that he runs around with that used to play for the Chiefs that's like his best friend?
Noah Gray?
No.
Oh, Mr. Steal Your Girl? Or is that Noah Gray from Oklahoma?
Not Blake Bell.
About the Belldozer?
No,
okay.
I am not. Damn it, I can't remember the guy's name.
We don't have a text line. Our boss got rid of it.
But it's his best.
I don't know why I'm not coming up with the tight ends right now. I'm sorry, Bob.
Robert Tonyan?
Nope.
Former tight end that he used to run around with?
Yep.
That he played with?
No, played here.
And now he's somewhere else?
Anthony Fasano?
Nope.
Just like digging my bag here. Chiefs tight ends. Fortson? Like, I don't know. I'm just.
Nope.
Well, then we're out of options.
Yeah.
And we're out of time.
we're definitely not out of options.
Well, nobody's getting it right, and it's not great right now. We're just straining the internet. So maybe we can find out during the break. When we come back, we'll get into this Rashee Rice news that broke yesterday about the 6-game suspension here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Hey, it's Gold. I wanted to once again tell you about the 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat I've been driving thanks to Shawnee Mission Ford. It made the drive up to training camp so easy. Not only is it fully loaded, ventilated seats after a hot show up at camp. Trust me, the cooled seats are amazing. But also Blue Cruise, where it's hands-free driving on the highway. So go into Shawnee Mission Ford and test drive a vehicle and take advantage of the Labor Day sales event. 0% for 48 months, no payments for 90 days with approved credit on most new Ford vehicles. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. See dealer website for details.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent fountain and frozen drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, or dig between your couch cushions, or ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. We take those too. 89-cent frozen and fountain drinks at Casey's all summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Don't let clogged drains slow you down. Call Hamilton Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Rooter today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 5-star reviews ensures your peace of mind. Visit callhamilton.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 2025-11121.
Men, summertime is here. And that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Heartland Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Chiefs coverage is brought to you by New Century Ram Dodge Jeep in Paola. Why buy your next vehicle at New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Paola? Simple. Honest guys that don't need to add big city overhead into the price. Search New Century Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to see the complete inventory.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound gets heavy at 470. Stays slow over towards Lee Summit Road. Heading Kansas side 70 eastbound. Slow approaching 435 with construction. You're down to 1 lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
You're listening to the all-new 96.5 The Fan, your new home for Chiefs football. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
O'clock hour here on Fescoe and Dusty. Mac Rory, Bob Fescoe with you as well here on a Thursday. Wonderful Thursday. 1 week from tonight, the NFL starts. 8 days from today, the Chiefs season starts. And a little side nugget from Bleacher Report from about 13 minutes ago. Travis Kelce got engaged this week. His sales have spiked for his jersey 200%.
Holy cow.
200% spike after the engagement news to Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce continues to live his best life going into this season for the Kansas City Chiefs.
So were there like Swifties holding out from buying the jersey to make sure that this was going to end in a marriage and whatnot and an engagement? And as soon as it did, because I got to think it's all Swifties buying the jersey, right? It has to be.
I'd wonder. I mean, I feel like everybody that's a Chiefs fan that's male probably already has the Travis Kelce jersey. I would think that now it's like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And why not? We said earlier this week, do your Christmas shopping early while you can. Mm-hmm. Well, I want a Chiefs jersey, Dad. He's Taylor Swift's future husband. Okay, we'll buy you one. There it is.
So Ross Travis is the guy that I was trying to think of that is Travis Kelce's best friend. Mac's not paying attention, so he totally missed the answer to that trivia question, which we will not be giving him again. So I would take the over at 1.5 because of that guy being added in to the wedding party. So if you're a betting man, which a lot of us are, take the over at 1.5 of former and current NFL players in Travis Kelce's wedding party.
These uniforms are dropping out, like you said, Bob. They're
sick.
Awesome, These
right?
are badass. The Bills' new uniforms.
The
I hate to
Bills
say,
one
that
is
sexy. I mean, dude, literally like.
I know that I'm hard.
The Patriots one. Have you seen the Patriots with that frost white
I know
helmet?
that I'm hard.
Absolutely. I haven't seen one that Cardinals look good. I haven't seen one that I disliked. Sorry, JT and I were just in here freaking out.
The Rams they're calling it midnight mode, and it's black with the old blue and yellow on the sides.
Really good.
Kind of like those. I mean, you're right, Mac. I mean, there's not a lot of ones that you look at on this, and you go, nope, that was terrible. The original one that was released this morning was the Miami Dolphins one, and it's a black uniform, kind of teal numbers, matte black helmet with the orange and teal blue on there. I thought those were outstanding. Have you seen the Jets one yet?
I have not.
The Jets one I saw in a group photo, and I'm like, I don't know if I like the Jets one or not.
But not every team is doing this.
AFC East and NFC West, I believe, this year. It's basically the NFL's answer to the community uniforms that they did in baseball. What do they call them? Why am I drawing a blank on it? City Connect uniforms that they did in baseball. This is the NFL's version of the City Connect, and so I guess each year for the next 3 years, they're going to have a different division, 2 different divisions release their uniforms. So I wonder what they're going to have the Chiefs look like. A lot of me thinking about that because we've never done anything with our uniforms here in Kansas City. There's been nothing other than going from the Texans hat to the Chiefs hat that we've done differently with our uniforms here in Kansas City. So I'm excited to see what they allow Nike to do and kind of get away with, because Nike wants to go to town and do something really cool for the Chiefs because it's the world's team. They've not had the opportunity to do something really cool for the Chiefs yet. I can imagine Nike can't wait to release the Kansas City one.
So the Patriots are the only one that's really kind of offsetting to the others, because the Patriots are doing like looks like a dark blue and silver. They look like the Lions. And then every other uniform is just white and silver or black with their original colors. Like the Rams are all black uniforms with like a black helmet with the yellow horn. Yeah. The Niners are just all black, but the same number color, the same, design on the helmet with a black helmet. The Jets are blacked out with silver. And then Miami, the colors kind of bounce, right? It looks, kind of cool with that Miami teal or turquoise, and then the black and orange on there as well. But
the Buffalo ones are sweet.
Those are my favorite. Those are easily my favorite. Those are so good.
Have you seen the video yet?
Yeah, that's the video they put out. Like, whoa,
it's like ice. It's their ice uniforms.
Icy. Yes, I love it. They'll look good in that when they lose to us in Week 9.
That's right, because they probably will wear them in the game against the Chiefs, right?
Well, they can only wear them against East opponents.
Oh, is that it?
So
really?
So
that makes sense.
It tells you the weeks on NFL Nerd that they can wear, that they're going to wear these.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jets, Patriots, Cardinals, Seahawks,
rivalry.
Rams. Yeah. So no, they'll wear the blues and wear the ironic song of Mr. Brightside, which is about a guy losing his girlfriend to another guy. Or I guess Patrick Mahomes losing, or Josh Allen losing the game because Patrick Mahomes and the refs cheat the Bills out of it. Maybe that's why they play Mr. Brightside. But kind of a bright side of a situation is that the Rashee Rice suspension came out yesterday. He'll miss the first 6 weeks of the season. Big games in that first 6 weeks. Obviously, you open the season next Friday in Sao Paulo versus the Chargers. Then you come home against the Eagles. Then you go to New York. Then you come back against the Ravens. Then you get the Jags at noon. And then you will play Week 6 against the Lions. An impressive first 6 weeks. A lot of primetime games. No Rashee Rice. In my opinion, should be no problem. You did this last year. You have a roster that's a lot stronger than it was last year when Rashee Rice went out Week 4 against the Chargers. You have a left tackle answer. You have your starting running back is back, and you have Hollywood Brown back as of now. Where I think this is great is that this throws away every last distraction that was possibly with this team. You had the left tackle question. You had the Travis Kelce engagement that we know was going to loom over the entire season, and did it last year. If they won the Super Bowl last year, would he have proposed and retired? This year, he got engaged. And then the third question is how long or when or if Rashee Rice will get suspended. All of that is done. Let's get the season started. And when he comes back, it'll be in Week 7 against the Raiders, which are not the typical Raiders, at least from what we're hearing nationally, what we think here locally, that they've gotten a little bit better. They've added pieces. They've got a head coach that kind of knows what he's doing. And then you play the Commanders. We know what they're about. They have the reigning Rookie of the Year. They went to the NFC Championship game. They're a favorite to win the NFC East this year. And then the Buffalo Bills. And then you get the bye week, and then you play the Broncos. So, yes, he misses 6 crucial games, but that middle of the season, Week 7, 8, 9, bye week, Week 10, 2 divisional games, big AFC opponent game in Buffalo. As we all know, that game normally dictates who the 1 seed is throughout the season, unless somebody falters throughout the end. But that Buffalo-Kansas City game in the regular season, which is Buffalo's Super Bowl, normally has a lot of weight on it because it normally says this team is now in the driver's seat of the 1 seed.
Well, I think, too, also with Rashee Rice, getting him back in midseason gives him the opportunity to be healthy for when it matters most. Not to say that he's injury-prone or anything like that, because he's had 1 season in the NFL. But you get him back midseason, and I think that's good because that's about the time of the year. You hit the middle of the year, everybody's starting to feel a little bit tired. You hit that kind of swoon that we saw over the last month, I would say, with some of the big dogs in Major League Baseball, some of the Dodgers, the Yankees, all those teams kind of going to sleep for about a month because it's the regular season. That's about the time of the year where some of these teams are going to start to go to sleep a little bit. You get Rashee Rice back in and you add that energy back in after 6 games. I think it's great. And it gives him more time to get healthy from that knee injury. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet since he blew out that knee injury. And we know how long it takes guys to bounce back from that knee. So you actually give him a couple of extra weeks to heal, get mentally ready and whatnot. And then by the time Week 7 rolls around after the 6-week suspension, boom, you can hit the ground running. And you're in better position to handle this now than you were a year ago. Just from an offensive line standpoint, right, to give Patrick Mahomes time. But it's year 2 now of Rashee Rice. It's Travis Kelce, 25 pounds lighter than he was a season ago, who's now going to be your number 1 target out there. Hollywood Brown is healthy again. You've got 2 running backs that you can rely on now in both Isaiah Pacheco and in Kareem Hunt, plus a couple of other guys at the running back position. So I think you're better suited for Rashee Rice to have this suspension at the beginning of the year because you have other guys that you can rely on. And we didn't even mention Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And so when I look at the situation with Rice, I'm just glad we finally know and we can all move on with our lives and not have to have this hanging over us anymore. Get the 6 games in, move on, and dominate the rest of the season.
This was ESPN's own Nate Taylor who joined the drive yesterday to say what he thought about Rashee Rice taking the 6. Real quick before we play this, you agree that take the 6, that's the way you should do it?
It sure sounds like he wasn't going to get anything better. It sure sounds like the league wanted a lot more, and they settled on 6, and I believe if they accepted it for a reason.
Mac, you agree? Take the 6 and move on, or did you want to see him challenge it?
I would like to see a challenge, but I get both sides.
Well, this is what Nate Taylor had to say about it.
If I was Rashee Rice, I maybe would have wanted to fight more, right? Would have wanted my legal team to present a very compelling case on September 30th to Will Robinson, who, by the way, has only done one case in the NFL, and to the player's benefit, kind of leaned a little bit more player friendly than the league wanted, obviously. So you had a path, but I think there were a lot of forces that led Rashee to make this decision, and similar to you, similar to me, similar to a lot of fans, okay, well, now we know. We knew you were going to get suspended, but now we know, and now he can sort of look forward and move forward and target, that's Week 7 game against the Raiders. That is a home game. So you could have gotten 4, is my true opinion. Like, if Rashee would have taken this all the way to the wall, it probably would have been a 4-game suspension. But for a number of reasons, he chose to take the suspension today.
So he takes the suspension of 6 games instead of challenging it, because then if you take 4, then it turns into 8, and then all of a sudden it's Week 7, and he's starting to get a suspension because of September 30th. But now we know for a fact, October 19th.
It's just done now, man.
October 19th, Hey, take the plea deal. Okay, sounds great. 6 games. I'm back October 19th. I can rehab a little bit more. This team can kind of do their thing. And when I come back, it's like you said earlier. When did they get DeAndre Hopkins last year? Week 8?
Week 8, Week
against
7.
the Raiders?
Yeah.
What are they going to get this year? Week 7, Raiders, first divisional game, or second, I guess. The Chargers' first game of the year is the divisional opponent. But again,
it's 2-day.
He gets to come back in Arrowhead, so a comfortable environment. He'll be welcomed. They'll do offense first. And now receiver number 4. And
we'll all lose our minds.
Everybody will.
Yep.
And it's not in an environment like in Vegas or somewhere where they will boo him. And you get to just kind of do that, play that game. The next one, you'll play 3 games, go on a bye, re-rest, and then the rest of the season's there. I'm with you guys. I mean, I guess you say you'd like to see him challenge it. Nate Taylor as well would like to see that. I'm with you, Bob. What do I need? Okay, that's fine. We're done. It's over with.
Just move on.
It's like when you go on a vacation, the first thing you do, go to the grocery store, get all your groceries for the first couple of days.
Yeah.
It's over with. You can put it all away. Then the next day when you wake up, all right, we have the whole day, right? It's like driving to a vacation as well. I'm going to do mine early in the morning, so I'm at the lake right at noon. I don't have to do this like, we're going to wait till 3. We'll get there around 5 or 6. Might stop and get something to eat. Then you're there at 8. You've wasted the whole day.
The whole day has been wasted.
Whereas like this, the whole
done.
Yeah, it's over with.
And look, I'm exhausted by it. I'm in the minority about this. This one here for me, I think the suspension is dramatically too much. Dramatically too much based on what this league has done. But they settled for a reason, right? Because the league probably said, we want to make an example out of you. So here's the 6-game suspension. Otherwise, you can fight it and see what happens, right? Because the league will then give their case. They'll give their case. And then we're at Christmas time, and we still don't know what's going on.
Or they still just go, it's 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
And it could have already been done. You know, it's like I tell my kids all the time, right? Get it done now. So you don't have to worry about it later. I don't want to do it now. I'm tired. Well, Rashee Rice said, fine, I'll just do it now.
Yeah.
We'll get it done. And to me, Rashee Rice is the adult in this situation, and the league has just worn him down where he's just like, fine, just take the damn suspension. And because I'm exhausted talking about it. I'm not going to lie. Like, I can feel myself exhausted talking about it because I don't agree with the suspension. I think it's too harsh. But again, I'm not in charge. I thought a 4-game suspension was warranted because that's been the standard for everybody else in the NFL. Driving drunk, 4-game suspension. That's all. Rashee Rice.
Or 3.
Or 3, yeah.
Yeah, they have a precedent with that. Yep. Yeah. First one's 2, second offense could be 4.
Right, and so this is where we are. I mean, and 6? God, I don't know, man. I'm not saying what he did was right. But
No, I get you.
We'll get into a familiar face returning to Kansas City. There's 1 and 2 of those all here today and tonight. We'll talk about it next, plus a big game in Arrowhead as well. Here on 96.5, The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Well, it is a Thursday, and you know what that means. It is steak night at Hy-Vee. Every Thursday, you're going to get a perfectly seasoned steak, garlic mashed potatoes, and sweet corn for only $12. It is the best deal in town, and it's only available on Thursdays at Hy-Vee. So get on over to one of your Hy-Vees today and pick up that steak dinner. Grab one for the whole family, and you got to get the Hy-Vee because it's football, it's Labor Day weekend as well, and you want to stock up so you've got all your Labor Day plans taken care of. Hy-Vee will have grilling favorites like prime reserve beef, chicken grillers, specialty brats, and with the Chiefs opener on September 5th, I got to get the Hy-Vee to get some new Chiefs gear and to pick up all of my favorite watch party treats like those amazing Chiefs-themed cookies. I love seeing the cookies with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes on them. I buy them every time because I love Hy-Vee. And so you need to get there today. It is steak day, $12 for a steak, mashed potatoes, and sweet corn. Get all your Labor Day and game day essentials only at Hy-Vee.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. This is the show where your money is not scary. It's a show that's all about you. It's your questions that make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money, and more importantly, on your life. Listen and follow Jill on Money on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Missouri, get ready! DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. Later this football season, you'll be able to bet same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more right here in Missouri. Whether you're backing Kansas City to dominate on Sundays or sweating your basketball picks, DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you want to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we go live in Missouri, you'll be betting from home with the top-rated sportsbook trusted by millions. Safe, secure, and ready to deliver the action like never before. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965 now to gear up for launch in Missouri. Be the first in line for exclusive promos and can't-miss offers. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements.
Today,
Expect a day with light rain and mostly cloudy skies with temperatures reaching 79.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
We have you back on the text line, 913-586-7965. First text I see is it true Kelsey proposed in Dusty's stomping grounds of Lee Summit? Yes. No. 100%.
Okay, you believe that.
Yep. It's my story. And then someone says, who the F is Ross Travis?
He was a former tight end. Yeah, he played here for a little bit. Him and Travis, he's always around, Kelsey. Always.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, somebody says also Bobby Witt's not that great. He strikes out way too many times, 110 times. Yikes. Okay, that's really not that much.
See, that's why you don't need the text line, man.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I like to engage with people, whether it's positive or negative. There is this guy on Twitter I just found. His name is Jerry Quickle. I retweeted it, so if you want to look at it, you can. Dude has his entire house in Kansas and his front yard filled with almost every single college football helmet. He has,
that's cool.
Says, it's time. Sit back and embrace the chaos. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Where in Kansas is he?
I don't know if it's,
because it ain't Joko. They're going to send him to the Homeowners Association.
It looks like he lives in an HOA division, but it says
beige house.
His, well, gray with white siding.
That's the
standard as well. Big helmet guy, Emporia State alum, small college football enthusiast, 634 helmets and counting for the love of the game. Kansas, USA is his bio. His front yard's so sick, dude. That looks like it takes way too much time, so I'm happy for that guy to do that. But
I'm counting how many Kansas helmets specifically he has.
in the front row.
Yep.
I mean, that's nuts, dude.
24.
Like, if you ever want to distract Jay Binkley, send him to this guy's house.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there's Arkansas State. There's Central Michigan.
Like KU Jayhawk helmets?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So
Just
he's
the
got
whole
like
front
every
row.
one they've ever had, probably.
Yeah, Jerry Quickle is the handle. He put it out 15 hours ago. Big front yard, very well, nicely mowed, and then just a slew of the 634 helmets all over the front yard. That is insane, dude.
How many total helmets?
634 college helmets, and says and counting. Like,
wow.
I mean,
well, I saw a story the other day about one of these podunk universities that isn't making it so well because of the NIL deal and all that kind of stuff. And I forget who it was, and they said they're only now going with one uniform combination because they're using the $600,000 that they would have spent on uniforms to go towards NIL and to go towards the players. And so a lot of these schools aren't going to have these uniforms anymore like we have seen over the years because they're redirecting those funds. Now, the big schools like your Oregons, your Ohio States, your top schools, they'll always get their stuff from Nike and whatnot. But these other schools that were going with these alternate uniforms, you're not going to have that anymore.
Yeah.
So his helmets may be dissipating.
Tonight there's a big college football game, as we talked about. Missouri plays. I'm just kidding. Missouri will play Central Arkansas, but but that's not the big one.
Yeah.
The big one is in Arrowhead Stadium, and I'm thinking about I went out there and everybody's here in the bullpen, and we're talking about who's going to show up because we just found out that Jason Kelsey is in town, correct?
Yeah, Jason's here, yep.
His alum. So you would have to think almost immediately that Travis and Jason will be at this game. But there's other, is Taylor there? Is Brittany there? Is Patrick there? I would assume so. They're off until Sunday. That's when they'll start really gearing things up and practice. It's an off day for the Chiefs. It's an off day for the Royals, too.
Yeah.
The Royals are at home against Detroit this weekend, which we can talk about that a little bit later. But another guy that I think should do the coin flip or be there present, Alex Gordon.
Absolutely, with Nebraska.
Yeah, so you have Alex Gordon that could be there. Why wouldn't Royals players be there? Why wouldn't Bobby be there? I mean, I know they just, they're coming back from Chicago, not a huge long flight, obviously, and they have the day off today. They play again tomorrow. There could be a lot of people here. ESPN game, big college football game. Bob said it's sold out.
Yeah.
I think you could see a lot of.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. Said I haven't heard much advertising about this game. Right? Have you guys heard much promotion for this game? Be honest. Maybe I'm missing it somewhere. Maybe it's
No, I
on an
haven't seen
AM
it.
station. I don't know. But, like, I haven't heard any kind of production or promotion or anything like that for this game. And I was talking to somebody about that, and they're like, yeah, because it's sold out. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah, 'cause
cool.
everyone's coming. Yeah.
Everybody's coming. It's Labor Day weekend. It's Nebraska, and we know how they travel. Find me a fan base that travels better than Nebraska, you know?
I mean, my only counter would be Iowa State.
Iowa State's it, yeah.
Because that game is tonight in Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City tonight, 8 o'clock, ESPN, Nebraska versus Cincinnati. Obviously, Dylan Raiola is there. Nebraska 6.5-point favorites in this game tonight. So, again, I think it's should be a fun game. It's not necessarily maybe a needle mover type of game. It's kind of one of those 8 o'clocks. Hey, I'll put it in the bedroom, kind of drift away. And, maybe it's a big game. But it is Dylan Raiola. Obviously, the comps that he has to Patrick Mahomes, the looks.
Yeah.
He's a 5-star quarterback recruit, 19 years old, playing in Mahomes' sanctuary. Mahomes may be in attendance. We don't know that yet. I'm going to assume that he will be because if Travis and Jason are there, they're off.
Well, and
It's
if they really
Thursday.
are close and like he serves as a mentor and they have the same trainer, like maybe that's a motive too. Maybe he does want to go see him, support him.
But also, too, this is a good game to have at Arrowhead. This is so much better than trying to start the season with a nondescript game and get people excited about West Virginia taking on Pitt or something. And it's a
Right.
bad example to use.
But I get it.
But that wouldn't be sold out. The fact that it's going to be sold out adds to this. It's going to be an unbelievable environment there at Arrowhead Stadium, right? Nebraska fans know how to get after it. Tailgating starts at 3:30 is when the gates open, I'm told. Then they have the big tailgate at Kauffman Stadium today, which 2,000 people are going to tailgate inside the K, which is
so
kind of cool.
I love it.
Right? The K's doing a tailgate. And everybody's going to walk over, go to the game that starts at 8 o'clock at night. It's going to be loud. It's going to be exciting. And it is a great opportunity for Cincinnati to steal a victory. But I think the spotlight's on Nebraska. Are you guys back, or is it just another year of Nebraska talking about how great 1995 was while they enjoyed Bud Ice and Bud Dry? You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on in my head as well. Like you mentioned just now, like Nebraska has had those talks this year. Like, is Big Red back? Is this kid, Dylan Raiola, going to be a top prospect going into the NFL? I think he will be a first-round draft pick. I think he has the makeup, the size, and the arm. We'll see if he can do it. This is a huge game. I know it's their first game of the year. It's a non-con game. But again, think about the setting, like you had mentioned.
Yeah.
ESPN, Arrowhead Stadium, Thursday night, 8 o'clock.
What else is on from a football standpoint?
There are
Right.
17 games, but this is the game,
This
right?
is the game, yeah.
This
What
gonna
else
be
is
the
on
one.
normal television that you don't have to go search for, right?
I mean,
Everybody's going to default
right.
and watch this game.
No doubt. So again, I think it's interesting when you look at this dynamic. Plus, college football's back, and I want to ask this question: you guys, we're all going to be together on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Is that the game? Because we did our Instagram video. 11 o'clock is where you're at.
Yeah.
You'd rather have it then, not 2:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, because the 11 a.m. game, while it sucks if you're going to tailgate, you got to get up really early. Like normally, the time we get up, if you're going to do the full tailgate for an 11 a.m. game. The good news about that, though, is the game starts at 11 a.m. By the time it's over, you probably sobered up, you get home, and you got the rest of the day to watch everything else.
Bingo. Right.
And that's kind of what I like. The 6 o'clock at night game, I don't want to do that.
like
The
an all
2:30
day.
game, the 11 o'clock game, I used to be anti-11 a.m. game because of the tailgating purposes. But the older I've got, the more I realize I'd like to see the whole day of college football. Because if you have the 2:30 game, you miss the 11 a.m. slate, and you miss the evening slate. Because you got your game, and then it's travel home and all that. And by the time you get home, it's halftime, right? So I like the 11 a.m. game because it gives you the opportunity to see all day of college football.
Plus, kind of a subplot here. The food spread can be whatever. You can do brunch, you can do lunch, you could do barbecue, you could do whatever you want.
Yep.
When it comes to spread, Cool Ranch potato chips, whatever it may
Hell
be.
yeah.
I think that's.
Do you think he's bringing Cool Ranch potato chips, or do you think he's bringing Cool Ranch Doritos?
Sure.
Hopefully
better bring a
Doritos.
lot because I'm a menace of society when those things are around. But no, I don't know. I think I would have liked a 2:30 game. Again, it's Saturday, so it doesn't really matter to me. 11's fun because if I have the same theory that I love the 8 o'clock kickoffs when the teams are in London because I get an early start to the day. I don't have to sit around and watch pregame shows. This is like I could, get up, make my casserole for the house, get all my stuff together. By then it's like, oh, crap, Uber, 10 o'clock, let's get to Bob's.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, it's there. You're against the clock. Whereas like 2:30, you're like, oh, okay. It's kind of, I don't know. It's just, It is what it is.
Which NFL game do people like the most? It seems like people like the 3 o'clock NFL
right,
game.
which is where the theories all get messed up. But again, like with the NFL versus college, like normally 11's not the slate, 2:30's the slate, right?
Yeah.
That's when you get
like
that.
the NFL kind of stacks that noon deck with a lot of games.
Whereas like in the NFL, we have red zone from noon to 3, so we have the like nonstop, like oh my gosh,
It's different, yeah, because of the red zone. I think it's completely different.
Which will be a thing this year?
No, because Fox is not giving ESPN the ability to take their feeds and put it on their red zone.
Oh,
As of now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes.
So Fox is basically holding this whole thing up from having college football red zone that I don't blame them. Why should you get my highlights? I want you watching my games.
Of course.
We spend a lot of money for this. You're not taking our highlights and doing that kind of stuff, in game and whatnot. So that's ultimately what's going to hold up the college football red zone of things. And then who knows what the CW is going to want? The Pac-12 deal.
Yeah.
Who plays in the Pac-12?
I just looked it up because when you brought up the Pac-12, it was like the Pac-12. What is even? I can't remember. It was Boise State. It was bad, dude. Worse than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I can look it up, but it was rough.
I thought I saw somebody joining the Pac-12 a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
It
may have been UTEP.
It was those sorts of schools. I mean, it's Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Gonzaga, Oregon State, San Diego State, Texas State, Utah State, and Washington State.
That sucks.
It sucks, dude. That blows. Those aren't even like the stepsisters. Those are like
all those teams will be in the Big 10 or the Big 12 or the
No,
SEC.
none of those teams will be anywhere once college football reorganizes. I don't think.
No one cares about these teams. Boise State. That's it.
I don't know.
People like Boise State.
They do.
People like it.
But what about Washington State or Oregon State?
That's fair. Those would be the other two.
But they were also left out, man. Like, nobody wanted them now.
Exactly.
In 5 years, when we reevaluate everything again, or next year, whenever it happens, are they going to be more attractive then than they are now? God.
Yeah.
I just remember the 11 o'clock games in college because you wake up at like 7, brush your teeth, wash it down with the Miller Lite or a Surfside, and you get going, baby. You get going for the next 4 hours. And then, like you said, Bob, 2:30 comes around. You've already tied one off. Game's over. Take your hour-and-a-half nap. Wake up, afternoon and night games, and rally.
Yeah, I mean, the 11 a.m. game, I think, is where it's at now.
It's fun.
Yeah, because they have big noon kickoff, and then they have the game of the week is always the late game. Like that's where
I
college
think
game
Fox's
is.
big noon kickoff is their game.
Yeah,
though,
for sure.
Right.
It's always
and then
a
the
big-
2:30 is the SEC.
Yeah, big noon always seems like a Big Ten game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always like Penn State and Ohio State, big noon kickoff. You're like, sold.
Sweet.
But Ohio
Yeah.
State fans have been bitching about the big noon kickoffs because it gets in the way of tailgating.
Wake up early. I don't
Speaking
know.
of tailgating, you found a little bit of a story here today about the college game tonight. They're going to let people tailgate in the Crown Club at Kauffman Stadium.
Yeah,
that's
the
pretty sick.
Nebraska Alumni Association is doing a party tonight. I think it's sold out. I would imagine if it involves Nebraska, it's probably already sold out. 2,000 people are going to tailgate on the concourse and the Crown Club of Kauffman Stadium tonight.
That's gonna be badass.
That's awesome.
They're gonna party, man. I hope they do.
Now, I wonder if it's going to be like all the concession stands are open.
Oh yeah, or we kind of closed down. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
No, it's not. You're not bringing your grill in there. Let's not get out of hand.
No.
It's some Randy showing up with his green egg trying to get into Kauffman Stadium to burn some charcoal. No, that's not happening. Like you go, but I don't know if they have like booths or spreads or if they're like allowing you to just eat at the ballpark type of thing. So kind of cool. If anybody's going to that tonight, I'd like to know what that's like.
Not only that,
experience
but it'd be cool if they put the game on the, Crown Vision.
Be sick. Yeah, put it on the screen.
And also do this more often.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised we
utilize.
haven't seen. I mean, these two stadiums have been next door to each other for 60 years. And this is the first time I can ever remember a football game and then the Royals having this kind of tailgate party going on. I'm sure the Chiefs don't want it because that's probably, the Chiefs have their tailgate zone and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they would look at that as competition, which I totally agree with. But for a football game like this, it's a great idea.
Are Nebraska fans already there trying to tailgate?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think 9:30. Yeah, we're probably there. In the next 2 hours, it's going to start really ramping up.
Right.
Gets close to noon. We had just real quick, we had this audio voice message earlier in the show that I wanted to play. I think it's for Bob.
We love you, Bob.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
It's very nice. It was when you were talking
Jersley?
It was when you were talking about listeners, maybe not sports fans taking sports too seriously.
Oh, and I was reading all my death threats on the air.
Reading your death threats, and
I
he
should be beheaded
We
by
love
ISIS.
you, Bob.
He said, "We love you, Bob." So I just had to play that. Thank you, listener.
So well, we got one voicemail today. So tomorrow we're going to try to get two.
That's exactly
How
right.
do they do that again?
Just go to the Odyssey app. Whenever you click listen live on our station, right next to it, it says leave a voice message. So it'll just open up. You record on your phone.
Done.
And
And then you
that's
just.
where the guy said he wanted to come over
We
to my
love
house?
you, Bob.
Yes. I've got that somewhere as well.
Oh, boy. Do you think that, like, Fox Sports 1 is trying to get Jason McIntyre out of sports?
That guy sucks.
That guy's so
like they have some of the worst people on TV. Him and that Chris Broussard.
He's coming around.
You
on
don't
me,
like
though.
Chris?
They've surrounded him with enough talent to where now he's been wrong so many times with the people around him. You know, saying the Ravens are the best, Lamar's the best, and then Nick Wright's like, well, the Chiefs are still there, and he's like, damn it, I hate this. Like, well, it didn't stop.
Well,
You know?
he was on air yesterday, 2 hours after the engagement announcement, had no idea that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were engaged.
What?
2 hours after, live on the air, he found out. You're not doing your homework, pal.
That's like
Yo.
Mike McDaniels from Miami. He's like, oh, I didn't know about it until now. That's cool. I'm glad they're getting on with life. That's dope. It's like, oh, okay.
It's actually embarrassing.
But he's not going on to entertain and talk about the biggest stories of the day. He's coaching a football team, right?
yeah.
This guy's going on a fledgling network
in California.
in California 2 hours prior to when you're going on the air. And you live in a vacuum. Like, how could you go 2 hours in America 2 days ago and not know that Travis and Taylor were engaged?
In your job, too. Like, you go through the rundown. I imagine the producers brings up.
Clearly not.
And he's with
Right?
Rachel Nichols, who's definitely involved.
Oh, for sure.
And that's who they're...
Nick Wright is.
right down.
Everybody's involved.
Yes. And I always try to be nice, but at some point, like when you're too dumb and you're trying too hard to be a hater and it's bleeding through, like it just drives me insane. So they had a thing yesterday. It was J-Max Super Bowl contenders. And he has a for sure, for real, for now, for your, conversation. And the for sure Super Bowl contenders, Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Niners.
Niners?
That's right. Oh, it gets better. For real teams, according to J-Mac with the news, Green Bay, Atlanta, Denver, Rams, Bengals.
So wait, has he not said Eagles yet? Or Chiefs?
No, for sure is Eagles,
Oh, Eagles
Ravens,
was the-
Bills,
okay.
Niners.
The Chiefs are more of a for sure than the Eagles are.
And then
this
for
year.
real teams are Green Bay, Atlanta, Denver, LA, Cincinnati. His for now contenders are the Chiefs, Lions, Washington, and the Chargers.
That's a joke.
That guy just sucks at what he's doing right now. Like, why? Is Colin just taking vacation to kind of get the ratings to see this guy really is not good for this show?
Hot ass.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. I thought Colin liked that guy. Like, he propped him up because it made him look better because he's so dumb.
God, man, that's rough. For now, the Chiefs are for now. Oh, thank you. Wow.
Well, anything in life is only for now.
5 of the last 6 Super Bowls for now.
Yeah, but it's just for now.
Yeah,
you're right. It is for now, however long now lasts, but it is just for now. He's not wrong.
Like, there's one way to, not enjoy what the Chiefs are doing and have a, legitimate take about it. Like, yeah, they have Patrick Mahomes. No wonder they're good. That's amazing. Like, they have a quarterback. That's what works. Like, if you look at other teams that have a good talented around them and they have a decent quarterback, they can win. Look at the Brad Johnson here in Tampa Bay. They had the best defense. They had a solid running game, and they had a couple of guys on offense that could do okay. But their defense, they built it around. Jalen Hurts, right? Not the greatest quarterback, good quarterback.
Yeah.
But you could have the conversation without sounding like a true hater that beat your team's ass in the Super Bowl. Be like, yeah, but he's got Devonta Smith, he's got A.J. Brown, he's got Saquon Barkley, one of the best defensive lines, and
Nothing
they put
wrong
him
with
in.
that.
There's nothing wrong. But to be like, yeah, this team's not a contention. Like, what?
What?
You're out here comparing Brock Purdy to Tom Brady, McIntyre.
Here's
Seriously.
a great.
That's true?
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Seriously.
Here's another one.
Yes.
The Ravens have won 78. The Ravens have 78 wins since 2018, the most in a 7-season span without a Super Bowl trip in NFL history. The Bills have 77 wins since 2018, tied for the second most in a 7-year span without a Super Bowl trip with the 99-2005 Colts. And Ed Werder quote tweets that goes, "Thank Patrick Mahomes." All of these other teams that everybody's trying to put on top have had opportunity and have failed every single time. Now, math would tell you eventually it's going to work out in their favor, but if and when it does, are we going to have all of the Nationals roll out of the hinterland saying things like, see, Patrick Mahomes is done because one time somebody got him in the playoffs? They're waiting for that. The one time somebody gets Mahomes in the playoffs, they're going to act like ding dong, the witch is dead, and the house just fell. And that's only one win when Patrick Mahomes has a lifetime of playoff wins against every other quarterback in the NFL.
I hate to make you guys wait, but you're going to have to wait till 2027 because we talked about those rivalry uniforms.
Yeah, because the Centrals are next year, and then we're at the
AFC West, NFC East are 2027.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're just.
I figured we'd be last.
Waited my whole life. I can wait another couple
last
years.
is AFC North and NFC South.
Oh, so it's 4 years.
Yeah, so this year is AFC East, NFC West. Next year is AFC South, NFC North.
Okay.
And then 2027 is AFC West and NFC East. Travis, just hold on for a little bit. You can wear a different uniform.
Please.
Travis is like, damn, I'm getting ready to retire. I may want to come back for a new uniform.
That's right.
And the players are going to love it. That's the other thing. Players are going to love this, man. They look awesome.
Yeah.
The 49er one, have you seen that yet?
Pretty sick.
Ooh.
Need a shower and a cig. Don't forget, Friday night, tomorrow night, Red Roundtable at Hollywood Casino, August 29th, 6 to 8 p.m. Roundtable discussion with Daniel Hughes, Mitchell Schwartz, and Nate Taylor. Audience Q&A as well, plus photo opportunities. We wrap up the show on the other side. Get you ready for tomorrow here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
For children who've experienced abuse or neglect, life can be full of uncertainty, but one caring adult stands by their side, offering support, stability, and a voice in court.
In being a CASA, you make a difference, even if it's just one child.
Get involved. You'll never know how you can affect someone's life.
Hundreds of children are waiting for someone like you to speak up for them. Be a CASA. Be the constant in a child's life.
To find a local CASA program in your community, visit kansascasa.org.
Hey, football fans, it's Brian Baldinger here with It's Your Journey, presented by Hyundai. While the league gets the rosters in order this week, we look forward to the first match of the season in Philadelphia. The reigning Super Bowl champs will host a hungry Dallas team that hopes to secure their star pass rusher before the season officially starts. Will Philadelphia or Dallas start their trophy hunt with a division win? It's Your Journey is brought to you by Hyundai. The Hyundai Getaway sales event is going on now. Get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Don't miss out. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Your cold is coming. Your cold is coming. When you feel a cold coming, shorten it with Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand.
Oh no, not before my big trip.
The big trip you've been planning is coming up, and so is your cold. But Zicam can shorten your cold and get you back to planning sooner.
Thanks, Revere.
We really should keep Zicam in the house.
Shorten your cold with Zicam.
Take it from America's most revered messenger. Shorten your cold at the first sign with cold shortening products from Zicam, the #1 cold shortening brand. Available in stores or see where to buy at Zicam.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. But they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Vanna White. I'm so excited to tell you about the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. You could win up to $25,000 instantly, or enter non-winning tickets into Play On for a chance to win a VIP trip to Los Angeles to play in the Mega Money Maker event on the set of Wheel of Fortune. You could win some big money, so go ahead, scratch and win with the new Wheel of Fortune instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery.
Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey with you. Coming up next from 10 to 2 is going to be Cody Gold and JT Noah. He's ready for his Tigers to play tonight against some Central Arkansas kids. Game's probably on like pay-per-view, isn't it? Don't they normally do that with like
I don't think that's a thing anymore, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought we did away with that with all these damn TV deals and streaming right now. Is pay-per-view still a thing in college sports?
When I go to like Score Mobile and I go to like NCAA football, right? Boise State plays South Florida at 4:30. That game is on ESPN. Right? That's the lead into the Nebraska and Cincinnati game. Please cut away from that game if it is 37-3 in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left and it's 8:01. Please cut away. Like nobody cares.
What's the game on before?
Boise State, South Florida, 4:30 p.m. That's what I'm saying. Like, Boise State's up like 30.
4:30 on a Thursday? You're rolling out a football game?
Dude, there's 17 games on today. Ohio versus Rutgers at 5, Lafayette versus Bowling Green at 5, Jackson State and UCF at 6, Wyoming, Akron at 6, East Carolina, North Carolina State at 6, Delaware State and Delaware, the Delaware Bowl.
I like that.
Here we go.
That's at 6. St. Francis and Louisiana Monroe, they're at 6 p.m. Elon Musk versus Duke is at 6:30. Tennessee Martin, Oklahoma State, 6:30. Central Arkansas, Missouri. That game at 6:30. You go to see. Oh, it's on SEC Network. There we go.
There you go. So yeah, I was just saying,
okay.
I don't think pay-per-view is a thing anymore because of the way that they've piecemealed all these things together now. Right.
That's where my night will start. I don't know about you guys. My night will start at 6:30. See what Eli Drinkwitz has drawn up with his quarterbacks. One starting the first half, one other starting the second half. In that game tonight, that's at 6:30 on the SEC Network, and then 8 o'clock, obviously, Raiola and company against Cincinnati, where we think the Kelseys will be there, possibly the quarterback. Some Royals players could be there. Alex Gordon should be there, you would think, which means maybe some past Royals. Let Salvi, Bobby, and like all those guys, Vinny, all show up in a suite together with Royals players. They're off. They're home. Chiefs are off basically until Sunday when practice resumes for game week on Friday in Brazil. When do they take off? Wednesday. Wow.
We're here.
And Brazil's 2 hours ahead of us.
Yes, that's what you said.
So,
yep.
yeah, it's 11:48 right now in Brazil. So that game's 7 o'clock on Friday night. Next
9
week.
o'clock at night? Oh, my God.
Dang.
Jeez. Imagine what that's like for the West Coast, though, too. I mean, like the Chargers. I mean, we're only going 2 hours ahead. The Chargers are now 4 hours ahead. Oh, they'll blame jet lag. Well, the Chiefs didn't really win the game. The Chargers were jet lagged as they had to fly from San Diego all the way to Brazil. The Chiefs had a much shorter flight, so that's why the Chargers ended up losing the game 38-3. Back to you. Yeah, it's all about jet lag there, Steve.
If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
Local news will start after the game, except for those on the West Coast.
Yeah,
You'll get 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the West Coast, man, 9 o'clock start time there, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Pacific. Good Lord. Yeah, that is a jet lag trip for the LA
Somebody
team.
on the text says, I don't even know how to order pay-per-view anymore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Well, the UFC moved away from it. That was, I thought, like the last hanging on thread because now
boxing.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because Jake Paul's getting ready to fight the Tank, who's like, 9 inches shorter than he is? It's not rigged. If you say it's rigged, he'll sue you.
Yeah, where do you even buy a pay-per-view thing
You
now?
don't. You get these, you go to Carrington Harrison's Twitter, and he sends you a link.
That's exactly right.
Well, yeah.
And now UFC is going to be on what? Who do they sell to?
Is it Netflix? No, it's not Netflix.
It's Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Amazon. And then
9 years, $9 billion.
WWE's on Netflix. So you can watch all the pay-per-views, all the stuff
I
on there.
guess those are technically pay-per-views because you have to subscribe to the app.
Sure.
But
I
is
mean,
it and then is it an in-app purchase though too?
If you did that, then everything's pay-per-view though, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all yes, everything is. We're all writing some sort of check to watch something.
It's like this is
right?
free. No,
That's
it's
why
not.
you get the box.
That's right. It's true.
Just trying to pay it forward with that
You
information.
gotta have the box. But for me, with this pay-per-view stuff, like I don't mind if I have to subscribe to an app. But it's then when you ask me to pay for it in the app that I take a little bit of umbrage.
They would do that on
with.
ESPN Plus a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Where it'd be like, yeah, you have ESPN Plus, you can watch the game. Then you get to it and you're like, oh.
Well, only if you have a paid subscription through DirecTV or whoever it was that you could watch. Then that's the difference now with their direct-to-consumer app. You don't have to have that, except that's $30 a month, and that's a lot of money, I would think.
Like Prime Day, you think, oh, I just go to Amazon and I can do it. No, you have to be a Prime member to get
for
all of the
that.
deals.
Yeah, and so I get that. Like, there's certain things that, like if you're a season ticket holder with the Chiefs or the Royals or whatever, whatever team you're a season ticket holder of, you get certain benefits that the other person don't. And so I'm fine with that. Like, you pay for your membership. Obviously, you should get some things that go along with it. But, like, having the membership to Amazon or whatever network it is, and then you go there thinking you're going to get the game, and then they want to charge you $9.95 to watch the game. I'm not on board with that one. If you pay to subscribe to the app, that product should be free inside the app from a game standpoint.
Tomorrow we will have a special guest join our show, Chad Ochocinco. Woo! That guy will be on the show tomorrow for a little bit of an insight there. Mac Morey will be taking the day off and starting his holiday weekend early. Big plans for your weekend? Since
my brother's coming in town. It's going to be great. So they'll be in town tomorrow, like midday. So that way I'll just be ready to go. We're going to play some disc golf. We're going to hang out, going to Bob's Saturday morning, going to the Royals game Saturday night. Yeah, seeing family, seeing friends, hanging out, drinking.
Where are you playing disc golf at?
Multiple. We'll go to Waterworks. We'll do Rosedale. We'll probably go to Black Cup. At least those three. We'll play
them. 18 holes? Mm-hmm. Am I dumb for
How
asking
long does it
that?
take?
No, it's not dumb. I played Rosedale yesterday by myself. It was an hour and a half, less than that.
What did you shoot?
5 under, which was okay. I played the easy layout. I should probably go like 9 under on that, honestly.
So do you have handicaps in disc golf?
No, it's not like,
you just use a regular Frisbee?
No, we already talked about
this. No, yeah, it's just multiple discs, different plastics. Got my own bag.
They're weighted differently. They have a driver. They have your putter. You have a backpack.
Mid-range, 100%. Yep.
How many dudes are out there by themselves playing this? Or is
More
it
than you think.
A lot of dudes.
That's what I'm asking. So why not combine, like, hey, you want to play together or something
For sure,
like that?
that happens sometimes,
It's a really good threesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that happens sometimes. Yeah, so me and my brothers will play. We'll probably have like a competition. Whoever does the worst has to like do. I don't know. We'll do some game.
Play with no pants on or something.
For sure.
Is there like is it like a golf course where like there's a guy playing solo and there's a group of two and he's like, hey, do you want me to tag along? And you're like,
oh yeah, that almost happened to me yesterday. There was another solo guy started talking to me and I was like,
because you're probably putting headphones in and playing.
and I'm just like doing.
Is there
my
a
thing.
hot dog at the turn?
No hot dog at the turn. That's
hot
that.
dog
I do wish they had that. But you play through. There were two older guys in front of me. Couple holes they didn't let me play through. That's fine. I was just kind of catching up, and then it kind of came to the breaking point. They were like, "Hey man, you want to go?" I was like, "Yes, thank you."
Don't you ask to play through? See, I'm an asker.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if they didn't let me.
It's like at the gym when somebody's sitting on a weight machine and they're on their phone. I'm like, can I work in? That's technically rude now. I don't care.
Really?
People say that you're not. Oh yeah, my wife's like, don't do that. I'm like, no.
That's gym etiquette.
Yeah, exactly. You're on your phone. If you weren't on your phone and you were just resting and counting 10 seconds, fine.
Totally fine. Absolutely.
But when you're on your phone and you're just sitting there and I need to get on that machine, I am going to ask because you're being rude. But then you're rude and then my reaction, then I'm the guy that's the problem. Right? Yeah.
You're the jerk.
Right. Because we're just supposed to let everybody do whatever the hell it is that they want to do.
Exactly.
Well, because a lot of times there's solo golfers in the group that I play with. We normally have 3, and we always say there'll be 4. And I'm always the last one to pay to get there. And they're like, is the 4th on their way? I'm like, I think he's just going to meet up with us. Like, okay, cool. Well, there's a solo behind you. I'm like, nope.
No. Sometimes I understand trying to combine and move the course along, but there's certain times like maybe you want to go out in the course and you're cutting a deal with somebody, or you just want to be out there with your buddy, or there's private conversation for 18 holes about whatever life, you just don't know. And so to foist somebody on someone like that is, I get it, but also I'm like, I kind of don't want to do it. So you have the right to say no or not?
For sure. Oh, I've said no. My brothers have not. They don't have the same, confrontational. So when it's with my brothers and someone asks, say, all right, we're playing with this guy. It's like, sweet.
See, I need to do better about setting boundaries for that kind of stuff instead of just letting, oh, sure, wow, sure, okay, fine, yeah. Because I'm like, if I say no, then I'm a jerk,
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't want to.
Playing by myself today, man.
There's nothing wrong with that. Do you do 2 shots like you do in golf? Like each you can do. Well, I guess you only have 1.
I do 2 from the trunk.
Okay.
First drive, I'll throw 2 just to kind of warm up.
Well, go do something nice for somebody today. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay safe, stay kind, stay groovy. Coming up next, it's Cody, Gold, and JT from 10 to 2 on 96.5 The Fan.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.